Live. What's going on, everyone? Thank you all so much for tuning in at this time. Everybody that's here, I greatly appreciate it. Anybody watching on the replay, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. So, we are now, technically, we're just about a day and a half, right? Because trade deadline isn't, or I guess, 2.5 days? Right? Or, it'd be a day and a half, about a day and a half away from the official trade deadline, which I think is very interesting. Hopefully, some Laker trades are coming. There's some things up brewing. The Cavs and the Clippers thing kind of came out of left field. I actually just posted a video actually on this channel about LeBron. Like, Cavs trading for James Harden kind of makes me feel like they're opening the door to get LeBron in the offseason. Because they basically get off of Garland's contract, and with just getting off Alonzo Ball and renouncing his rights, they get under the second apron. So they get under the second apron on top of freeing up, like, they basically clear off like $50 million next year, which if LeBron takes a discount, they might be able to do something like that. So kind of feels like the Cavs are paving a way for this guy right here behind me, right? Like number 23, the kid from Akron. That's going to be interesting as well. I'm curious what the end result of that trade is. Supposedly, the Cavs want the Clippers to throw in a first, in that deal. Which, if Darius Garland, a young, what is Darius Garland? 20? What is he? 25? Right? Isn't that what he is? But a young 20-year-old all-star point guard goes for an aging star and a first, basically expiring contract in a first, because I don't think Cavs are going to re-sign Harden. Maybe gives you better playmaking, which is kind of what the Cavs need. But if all he goes for a first, then again, that's another example that the Lakers have that they can point to and go, look, you had Trae Young and Darius Garland both go for essentially salary dumps. That's worth something. Like, that's worth something to mention, right? But obviously, I made the video about, I was actually, the Jake Fischer video was supposed to go up, but then we got the Harden news, so I actually made a video about LeBron and Harden. But Jake L. Fischer talking about how essentially Lakers aren't being aggressive and are probably going to stand pat. They're prioritizing cap space. Look, I've talked very heavily. I expect that Lakers are clearly prioritizing cap space. Something about the Jake L. Fischer report, though, is a lot of people are running away with it as if he was like reporting that that's going to be the case, and he's not really reporting that that's going to be. It's an I feel, right? That's what the whole thing is. It's an I feel, report. It's not a. He literally says, I think like three. He's like, I think LeBron, I think the Lakers, based on them not getting Keon Ellis, makes me feel like, so again, that's something to keep in mind. Like I've said, I think the Lakers will do something. Again, I could be wrong, right? There is the biggest argument for them to stand pat, but I think they'll do something, even to just kind of appease people, even just to be like, oh, see, look, we did something. But just based on like the general consensus, because that's my thing. Like, what's the general consensus? What's the general talk, right? Like, because again, you always get these reports. You get reports from one person, and then you get a report from another person, and they're almost like complete opposites. It's like, what is the general consensus? And to me, the general consensus seems to be that the Lakers are either going to A, do nothing and stand pat this trade deadline, or B, the Lakers are going to do a bunch of stuff, like the Nets trade where they get 3 or 4 guys, or, a Bulls trade or something, where like it kind of feels like they're either going to do something where they, like the 2023 season where they got like 4 or 5 guys, or it's going to be something where they do nothing. I don't think it's going to be like, we're just going to go get an IO and that's it. Or we're just going to go get an Andrew Wiggins and that's it. Like, I think that they're going to go and either A, get a bunch of things, like small things, not anything major, but like several things or they're going to do nothing. That's kind of what, again, the general consensus and thought is. But anyway, just wanted to kind of, give it a few minutes, let people trickle in, give my thoughts on those kind of things. So let's get into all the super chat questions, all the regular chat questions. And again, hit that like button for me real quick. Hit that subscribe button for me. And let's dive into it. Right. So, Danny, coming in hot $2 super chat. Thanks so much. I really appreciate that. Lakers Nets trade coming after the Nets match. I do think that that's a real possibility. So I actually, funny, I have on my list, because right now it's like the time of the year, it's tough to like schedule videos because like I get like usually like people go like, how do you post so many videos? Because I'll usually do like blocks, like I'll kind of make a list of like the things that I want to talk about, talking points, we get some news, okay, cool. And I'll like kind of record those videos at once, right? And then schedule them throughout the day type thing and kind of repeat the process. Why like sometimes like you'll see me wearing like three different outfits in the same day. Like it's like, damn, Tyler changes a lot. It's not that. It's just like one video ended up getting bumped down for another video because we got bigger, important news, stuff like that. Well, this time of the year, it's like impossible to do that, which sucks because I have to work harder and I already work hard enough as it is. But I also have to be patient because like at any minute something could drop and then I make 5 videos and then it's that. But anyway, reason I mention that is the Nets, like I have 2 things. One, I want to mention a Nets trade one more time because I'm trying to speak it into existence. And 2, I think if the Lakers make a trade, not just after the Nets match, but in general, after the road trip. I actually made a video a couple weeks ago, and I said I didn't expect a trade to happen during the road trip just because it's really hard. Obviously, if it was the trade deadline, then you got to do what you got to do. But it's really hard to make a trade in the middle of a road trip, right? Because you're not in one place long, right? So it's like, let's say Lakers we're with with the Knicks and stuff like that, right? In Chicago and all that stuff. So you're like in Chicago. Let's say you trade for like an Akai Abaji in Toronto. He's got to now fly from Toronto to LA, do his physicals and everything. And then it's like, okay, well, do we send him to Chicago right before everyone leaves and then he jumps on a plane again? All right. So then now is he flying from Toronto to LA to Chicago and then that same night flying to, New York? Or do you wait and have him meet the team in New York? Or do you just leave him in LA? Right. Like it kind of complicates things. So usually that's why like you'll see trades usually will happen before a road trip, right? Like the Lakers had a couple games at home right before the road trip. Like that was the best time for them to make a trade and they didn't. So I was like, they're probably not going to make a trade till after the road trip. They might even have a deal already done, ready to go. Might not do it until after the road trip. So just something to keep in mind. So appreciate you, Danny. Yes, I could absolutely see that being a possibility. But, all right, let's get into the regular chat. Tell some more super chats trickle in. Evan, hopefully Lakers can at least make a minor move. That's my hope, right? Like I've talked about. All I want to do is see the Lakers make a nudge. That's it. Right? Can you just give me a little nudge trade, right? Like I'm not expecting the Lakers to make a trade that like completely fixes and helps and absolves the Lakers of everything, right? Like I'm looking more of like, can we make trades that get us in the right direction? Right? Can you make a trade or two, again, a Kaya Baji and an Io DeSumo, something like that, where it's like, yeah, those 2 guys might not be enough. Maybe they will. Again, never underestimate the value of 1 or 2 guys, but maybe that's not enough to really move the needle for the Lakers where we need it to go. But at least the Lakers are heading in the right direction. At least the Lakers are doing what they're supposed to be doing, right? And then now that's 2 less guys you need to get in the offseason, like that kind of thing. Harden might get traded. Yes. Made a video about it on the sports channel, just the generalized sports channel as it stands NBA. And then actually talked about the LeBron side of things here on this channel. So 2 things. I need to make sure my notifications and everything are on. Okay, perfect. Just want to, like I said, I just want to make sure we're on a live stream. All of a sudden, trades start happening. Oh, I also want to let me pull this up too, just in case, right? like I said, I want to be prepared. I don't really think the Lakers are going to do anything right now. Right? I think, like I said, I think they'll do it after the road trip, but you never know, right? You never really know. Yeah, I can multitask. Let's do this. Yeah, Tyler, we aren't doing any trades. Just makes me so mad, bro. Luka plays worthless, essentially. I get you can't solve everything, but there are still deals to be made. But Rob is just at Disneyland. I hope he's not at Disneyland. I hope something's coming. Again, it's very possible they don't do nothing, which would be, like I said, disappointing. But I still kind of lean towards the Lakers are going to do something. Again, I could be completely wrong, but I do think the Lakers do something, even if it's something minimal. I think something gets done. But there we go. Perfect. According to Jake Fischer, he said that LeBron and the Lakers are ready to move on. I don't see it happening. But if Rob does nothing, which is going, Bron ask out right before the deadline. I don't know if LeBron would request a trade by the deadline. I mean, look, there have been trade rumors and trade talks since the offseason, right? Rich Paul's the one that actually started the whole trade speculation. So I don't think he'd ask to be out this season, right? But in the offseason would be depart. But like I was mentioning earlier, right? Like that entire Jake Fischer report wasn't really a report. It was more of just like his opinion, like what he feels, right? And he even says, I think LeBron, I think this, I think that, right? Like that's not the same thing as like, hey, I was told this, right? So just something to kind of keep in mind. It was just more of like just a conversation piece rather than an actual thing, which is fine, right? But a lot of people are running away with it like he was saying that, hey, this is going to happen, rather than, again, we all do. I make videos all the time where I'm like, hey, I just want to talk about this for a minute. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with just like having a conversation, right? There's nothing wrong with like, hey, let's explore a few things. Let's talk about some ideas. But that's kind of what it felt like with me with the Jake Fischer thing. If the Lakers don't make moves this trade deadline, they 100% better nail their moves in the offseason. That's really what it comes down to, right? If the Lakers do nothing and then botch the offseason, then yes, it's pitchfork time, right? But if they, like, that's the thing. If fans have short memories, right? So if nothing happens right now and then you get into the offseason and Rob Pelinka absolutely nails it, and we get, a Peyton Watson and trade for Nick Claxton and Brandon Ayo and Keon Ellis. And it's like, wow, man, like, and honestly, we might actually be able to do this thing. Then everyone will look back and no one will even remember. Like, no one will even talk about it. It will be focused on that season, especially if the Lakers are really good and those guys work out. We'll all just be talking about how the Lakers are the best team in the league again, right? Like, that's kind of the idea. He really needs to hit on it. Please just give me Kuminga and Ayo. To me, that'd be great. I'd be all for that. Sign me up for that. Kuminga and Ayo would be, I'm good. Right? Obviously, if you can do more, do more. But if that's all, if you told me, hey, all we're gonna do is that, I am totally okay with that. So Tyler hates AR. Word, seeing trade reports of Cavs wanting Harden. Yeah. Apparently Harden's the one that requested that. Apparently Harden is the one that wanted that. And the Clippers were a little surprised. I'm not going to lie, it's a good move for the Clippers. I don't think the Clippers are winning the championship this year. It is a little strange because the Clippers have basically been the best team in basketball the last 2 months. They just started, 6-21 or whatever. But that's a move that I think is really interesting because, if you're the Clippers, you basically turn an aging star into your franchise point guard. Again, what is Darius Garland? 25? Basically get a 25-year-old all-star point guard to pair with Ibaka Zubac. Do they end up looking to trade Kawhi? I don't think they trade Kawhi this trade deadline. I think they would try to go try to see if you can make a push with Garland and Kawhi and basically swap Harden with Garland and see what you can do this year. But in the offseason, I could see them getting out, maybe shopping Kawhi and some of these other things. These trades getting interesting. Yeah, agreed. 1,000%. What's going on, Mr. 81? I appreciate you. How are you? I'm doing wonderful. I am doing wonderful. Got all you beautiful people here. We're talking, having a good time. Hopefully, while we're in the middle of this, a trade goes down and we can talk about it. That would be awesome. Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Tyler. Tyler doesn't hate AR. He just makes his money off of trade talks, and AR helps with that. No, I don't hate AR. One, Blucka, he's just teasing. He's just trying to get the riled up. No one knows what it means, but it gets the crowd rolling, right? Like that's he's just doing that. Again, he's my buddy. That's why he's one of the admins on here. But in general, I usually get called a Reeves hater. And it's not me hating Reeves. Again, no one's untradeable, right? Like, again, if tomorrow the San Antonio, like I say this all the time for people, because people are always like, oh man, you always want to trade Austin Reeves. And I'm like, well, everybody does. It's just what's your standard? And people always go, I would never, Austin Reeves. So Austin Reeves is untouchable to you, right? So if tomorrow the San Antonio Spurs hit their head and said, hey, we will trade you Victor Wembanyama for Austin Reeves, are you saying no to that? Because Austin Reeves, and then their answer is usually, well, no, of course. It's okay. So then again, you're willing to trade him too. It's just, where's your comfort level? Mine might be a little less than yours, right? But again, no one is untradeable. People act like Austin Reeves is just the greatest player in all of basketball. He's not. I like Austin. He's a very good basketball player. Don't get me wrong. Right? I say it all the time. He is you get these two camps with Austin Reeves. You get, he's a bum, get rid of him for scraps. And then he's the greatest player to ever play the game of basketball. He's the greatest Laker. Kobe move over, right? And it's neither, right? It's in between. He's a very good basketball player, an all-star level basketball player, right? But again, that doesn't mean he's untradeable, right? Hey, what about Max Strus for the Lakers? Cleveland is trying to move him. He's a great three-point shooter and solid defender. Isn't he still hurt? Isn't he still out for a couple months? If I'm not mistaken, I think that's probably why. I would love to have him, but I know he was hurt. Let me see. Injury update. Let's see. No, it says Max Strus is still on the injury report. Yeah, he's still recovering. We're just 4 months from the injury. The team released a statement updating Strus on a possible return on Tuesday afternoon. Oh, okay. So but he was out this game, supposedly. I haven't checked, but yeah. So again, he's got to kind of get in the swing of things. I wouldn't hate it. It's just, what do they want from him is the question. What would you have to give up? They can't stand pat if the Cavs, who are more handicapped by the new CBA than the Lakers, managed to make a move. Again, but it's a very different situation. Cavs actually have a real chance to win an NBA championship, just with a minor move or two. You can make an argument that the Lakers could make moves and still not win an NBA championship. And would they be able to make a big enough move to do so? Also, a lot of these moves that the Cavs are making are not for this year. It's for next season, right? Getting off of DeAndre Hunter was a move for next season, right? They're probably going to let Keon Ellis walk, right? Trading for James Harden isn't about this year. It's about next season. So even the Cavs moves are all moves for next season. Yeah, they help right now, but it's really to clear cap space for next season. Lakers, if you want to compare Cleveland and LA, then the Lakers should do nothing, because the Lakers would have the second most cap space, or are projected to have the second most cap space in the offseason. So it's kind of just one of those things to kind of keep in mind. Would you give up a first for Io, because that's probably his value? No. And in maybe other climates, sure, but Io, you have to really maximize your first, because you're very limited on that. And two, you can just sign Io in the offseason. If I'm not saying, he's an unrestricted free agent, right? So like you're going to give up a first. It's just too risky. One, you could run the risk of losing him for nothing. And two, you could just sign him in the offseason for free, right? Like you don't even have, like you can, like what is his value on the open market? And you can just give him that. So like, I'm not, if it was like a star or something like that, then sure, right? Like if Giannis was a free agent and I had to give up 4 firsts to go get Giannis, right? Like let's assume the Lakers had 4 firsts, right? Then yeah, sure, I'd do that because it makes sense. It's worth it. You want to get him now. You don't want a Paul George situation. But something like an IO, it's like he's somebody that you could probably just get in the offseason. Feel like you guys aren't making any moves till the offseason. It's definitely shaping up that way. But like I said, there's a lot of time between now and the trade deadline. I know it doesn't feel that way. There's like a day and a half and then the trade deadline will be here. But again, a lot happens between now and then. Right? Like moves happen quickly. I mean, look at the James Harden thing. Came out of complete left field. It was like, where did that come from? Right. So again, it's not, like I say, it's not something I would count on. If you're expecting a trade, you might be disappointed. So kind of expect the worst, hope for the best type thing. You think if Giannis asked to come here, they would take a worse package than other teams? No, if Giannis really wants to come to the Lakers, then the Bucks will just wait till the offseason. Right? Because if you're Milwaukee, it makes no sense to trade him to the Lakers right now when you could trade him in the offseason. Right? Like let's say tomorrow, Giannis is like, I want to go to Lakers and I only want to go to Lakers. Then if I'm Milwaukee, I'm going, okay, but we're not trading you to the Lakers till the offseason because Austin Reeves in a first and Austin Reeves might not even want to come here. Then we'd rather just wait till the offseason and go and then trade you to the Lakers and get get 3 firsts plus 4 swaps and everything else. Right? Like, so if Giannis only wants to go to the Lakers, that's great. But again, if you're the Bucks, you're waiting until the offseason. You're not trading them right now because you would get more of a return in the offseason. Tyler, are you getting any sleep? Of course not. It's already 12:30 here. It's that time of the year. Especially now I live in Wisconsin, which sucks. Like when I was in Vegas and obviously California, when I lived in California, Vegas, it was great because, after like midnight, nothing's going to happen, at least because it's the West Coast. But here, midnight is 2 a.m. So I got to bare minimum stay up till 2 a.m. And then I got to wake up early because, trades happen super early. So yeah, this time of the year, no. Sleep doesn't exist, but it's only a couple more days and I'll be able to get caught up on rest. So yeah, I get this. The free agency, like there's like 2 blocks each year where I get like nothing. I'm lucky to get like an hour or 2. It's this time of year. And then it's when free agency officially opens up, like that first, like, I don't know, like 2-3 weeks. So like this past one was longer, but usually like the first like 2-3 weeks, I don't get any sleep because trades could or not trades, signings and trades because it's the offseason. Signings and trades could happen at like any point. So it's just kind of like if they're going all in during the offseason, you might as well get off of Vando's contract. I agree. If the plan is to have as much cap space as humanly possible and just completely revamp this roster, I would look to I would try to see if is there a team that wants to take on Vando. If that's really the plan, like, hey, let's just do that. Is there anybody? Problem is he's got multiple years on his deal. So, it's frustrating. What's frustrating is how it's looking like the Lakers are not contending this year. Yeah, because that's the goal, right? We don't say it all the time. We don't play for first round exits, conference finals. We don't even play to make it to the NBA finals. We play for one thing and one thing only, and that's to win an NBA championship. Cavs trying to drop Max Strus to Nets to get under the second apron. Cavs might trade for LeBron if Strus gets traded. It's very possible. If they can figure that out, I wouldn't mind getting Strus like in a 3-team deal, right? Maybe you do something where you go, what's Max Strus's contract? I want to see what that is. Max Strus contract. Because, I mean, I wouldn't hate working on a 3-team trade and giving the Cavs, or not the Cavs, the Nets expiring contracts. Just be like, hey, here's an expiring. But isn't he making quite a bit? What is he making? He's making, oh no, he's making just under 16 million this year and then 16.6 million next. Hey, I don't hate that idea. I don't hate that idea at all. Well, I think I got another video to talk about. That's for sure. There just isn't any trades the Lakers can make that would turn them into a contender this year and going forward. If there was, they would do it. I think so too. I think if there was like that trade that was like an absolute no-brainer, it's like, man, this is the move. I think the Lakers would do it if they could. Like I said, I don't really care if the Lakers. I'm not expecting, and I've said this for literally months now at this point, right? Like, I don't really care if the Lakers. I mean, obviously I care. Care's the wrong word, but I wouldn't be upset or bothered if the Lakers, as long as the Lakers just make like a minor, just nudge me in the right direction, right? Just give me a player or two that, it's probably not changing the Lakers' fate this year, but at least it's a signal that you clearly see the direction you need to go, right? You go get an Ayo Dosunmu. Yeah, Ayo by himself is probably not enough to completely change this Lakers team, but like at least it's a step in the right direction. At least you're starting to nudge this team in the right direction. Tyler, who's your pick to win the chip this year? Personally, I think Denver. That's funny. I said the same thing. I got asked that was it yesterday's live stream? I think it was yesterday's trade stream. Somebody asked me like, what's your predictions for the NBA Finals? And I said the Denver Nuggets. I think the Denver Nuggets are the best team in basketball. Like genuinely, I think Denver, and then I think in the East, if Tatum comes back and is healthy and like gets back to Tatum, watch out for Boston. That pains me to say because look, I'm an old school Laker fan. It's always F Boston, but like Boston's been really good this year without Tatum. You add Tatum, they could be that team that comes out the East. So, fire Rob Pelinka again. I want to wait for the end result. What is the end result? He goes and does a bunch of stuff where he has like an insane offseason. All of a sudden, we're in business. Bro, it's February 3rd over here. They have 2 days. Yes, it's February 3rd here too. So it's not even 2 full days. It's like a day and a half because the trade deadline ends at like, what is it? Is it 12? Is it 3 p.m. Eastern time? Something like that. Too bad the Lakers can't get something for LeBron. This trade deadline that could use in the offseason. Having 4 firsts instead of 3 would be huge. Yeah, I mean, look, I've talked about, and I'm not one of those Laker fans that are like, get LeBron off my team. He sucks. Like, I'm on record saying LeBron James is the greatest player to ever play the game, in my opinion. But if you're not going to go for it this year, you got to trade LeBron, in my opinion. If I'm LeBron, I'm requesting a trade. Like if Rob is like, hey, I'm probably going to stand pat and I'm LeBron James, I'm going, okay, then let's see what we can do trade-wise, right? Like, can you get me to Cleveland? Can you get me to one of these teams, right? Type thing. Because one, like, it'd be nice to get something for LeBron. And 2, LeBron's only got so many years left. Whether you love LeBron or hate LeBron, he's still one of the greatest players ever. And he's only got so many years left to compete and try. Like, that's who I feel sorry for is LeBron. Like, Luka's young enough. I feel bad for Luka as well, but he's young enough to where he'll be fine. The Lakers win, 3 championships in the next 6 years because Rob Pelinka puts together this, like, stellar team in the offseason. Lakers, he'll be fine. Hi, Tyler. I started watching Lakers NBA a couple years ago. Any team don't like to trade with the Lakers? Just curious. There's a lot. I mean, you could make an argument. Almost every team doesn't like to trade with the Lakers. But like historically speaking, teams like Portland are usually very against trading with the Lakers. Like the last time they traded with the Lakers, I think was like in like the 70s or 80s. You got like Clippers, right? You got like Boston. There's a handful of teams that are very, very, very reluctant to do that. Y'all can have DeMar. Again, Sacramento attaches a first for DeMar DeRozan. It'd be hard for me to say no. Looking forward to having LeBron gone from the Lakers. Lakers are 500 team with LeBron back. I think part of that is just Reeves out too, and this team has responded well with Reeves. Let's see. When Luka got traded, Tyler didn't have his notifications on. I did. I just wasn't paying attention to it. I had the notification, because that's like everyone told me. Everyone was like, dude, check your notifications. But I had like my phone wasn't like here. It was like over there. Well, I was in the old place, but I didn't have like I wasn't monitoring it. I didn't have my notifications on my computer. That was the problem. But I had it on my phone. So I had all the notifications on my phone, but I didn't have it on my computer. And the Luka trade went down, and then all of you guys told me, and I was like, no, I was like, come on. Like I thought, because this time of the year, people will like, it will be in the stream and people will be like, oh, Lakers just traded for Giannis, or, oh, Luka was traded to the Lakers, and they're just trolling. They're just trying to get a reaction. But then like people like yourself and others that I know, because I see you guys regularly, started saying the same thing. And I was like, wait a minute, what? So then that's when like you see me on stream, like grab my phone and I'm like looking, I'm like, no way. I'm like, nah, that's gotta be fake. And then we all did the whole, wow, crazy, Shams got hacked, and then so on and so forth. Appreciate you, Bron, but it's time to go. That's kind of how I feel too. Like I really do appreciate him, but the chat told, 100%. Chat told me, and I was just like, wow. See, and I learned a lesson. You got to pay attention to your notifications. I just didn't think a trade would happen that soon, because it was a post-game stream. I didn't think that they would make that announcement. Like usually when a trade happens, it's not like immediately after. But I should have learned from the Dorian Finney-Smith trade, because I was on a live stream when the Dorian Finney-Smith trade happened, and then I did another live stream. And Luka happened. That's why I keep doing live streams, because I'm hoping maybe we'll get some notifications. Rob and the Nets GM are good friends. Yes, Sean Marks and Rob Pelinka are really good friends. They hang out like in the offseason and stuff like that. So hopefully there's something there. Hopefully something is a brewing. Lakers are not going to do nothing, I guarantee it. I wouldn't guarantee anything, but if you feel like it. No one wants trash Gabe, Dalton, or Kleba. Teams want Gabe and Kleba as expiring contracts. They don't want them as like the player, but there's a lot of teams that want him as expiring contracts. But again, it has to make sense for the Lakers, because like usually the response that I'll get from people are like, okay, if Lakers expirings are so valuable, how come the Lakers haven't made a trade? Because just because expiring contracts are valuable is more of a reason why you need to be patient in a trade, because you need to make sure you're maximizing that trade, right? Like, and you can make an argument the expiring contracts are more valuable for the Lakers than they are for anyone else. Right? Again, Lakers are projected to have the second most cap space in the league, right? Like, you don't want to make a trade just to make a trade, right? You don't want to make a move just to make a move. I'm old enough to remember Mitch Kupchak worried about getting fired, so decided to give Luol Deng and Timothy Mozgov basically max contracts. Like it just, again, desperation, right? Like say what you want about Rob Pelinka. He's been very good about being patient the last few years and really getting the right trades. Like he's recently, early in his tenure, he was quick to make the first move, the first trade, and it usually punished us, right? Like it was trades where he's usually getting fleeced or his bad moves. The last few years, right, he's done a really good job of like staying the course, winning trade. Basically, since like trading Russell Westbrook, like he's done a good job of like learning from his mistakes. Lakers need role players, period. That's the new NBA. Ergo KC, bro. Yeah, again, I don't think that they need a superstar. They need guys. Giannis to the Warriors seems inevitable. Those 4 first-round picks and 3 swaps that they have available in the next 7 years are going to be crazy valuable. I don't know. Like it's possible, sure, but like Giannis and Steph are probably going to be really good. So like the next at least 3 years, right? Like, at least this year's pick, next year's pick, like at least the next like 3 years are probably, not super great for the Bucks. Like those picks are not going to be super great. And Steph is so good and so skilled. He could probably play till he's 45. Right? Like genuinely. Like you're like he's a guy that like easily could play the next 5 play. Like he could play the entire Giannis tenure. Right? Because he's not reliant on athleticism or being super explosive or anything. It's just skill. It's just he's so crafty, he's so skilled with the basketball, and he can shoot like nobody's business. Right? That shooting's not going to go anywhere. How many draft picks do the Lakers have right now? Just one. They have one, well, 2 technically picks total, but they have 1 first, 1 second, and then 4 pick swaps is what they could do. In the offseason, and the reason the Lakers want to, or there's an argument to go into the offseason, is because the Lakers would have 3 firsts to trade. So you have 3 firsts plus, I think, like 3 swaps and a couple other things. If Harden gets traded, is it possible to trade for Zubac? I don't think so. I think if they I think that's more of a reason to keep Zoo, because Zoo's still young enough to where him and Darius Garland and stuff like that, that could be kind of like your foundation. I think everyone else could be available. Garland is such trash, though. I wouldn't call him trash. I mean, is he like the best player in the league? No, but I'd rather have Reeves than Garland too, but he's not like trash. What's going on, Drip Show? How are you? Appreciate you. What's going on? Let's fucking go BFX. Lakers can't trade for what? No chip and no role players out there. There's some, but if Bron is here, we won't trade. I mean, it's very possible. LeBron will join the Clippers, I'm sure. They have already been in contact. He doesn't want to leave LA, but he hates the Lakers now. Clippers going to be old next year. The problem is like Clippers signing LeBron. Lakers might have a better chance of winning with LeBron than Clippers because again, you kind of run into the same problem. Zion coming out $2 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Dunn or Derrick Jones Jr. In a 3-team Harden trade. Thoughts? I would love that. You know what's funny is I literally have that as like a note because if they end up trading Garland or if they end up trading Harden, do they just decide to start tearing stuff down? Right? Like if they end up trading James Harden, do they decide like, hey, let's move off of some guys here. Let's move off of Dunn. Let's move off of Derrick Jones Jr., which if I'm the Lakers, I am on that immediately. My problem is like I mentioned earlier when I was asked about the Zubac thing. I think they'll run it as is this year. I think if they trade for Garland, they'll kind of see like what can we do with Garland and then take it from there kind of thing. That's kind of what I lean towards personally. So I don't know if I'm at least making the phone call if I'm Rob. I'm at least having you got to at least have the conversations because it would be foolish not to at least see if you can land that. Because they're the exact players that you need, exact players that you want. So right there with you, Zion. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, Super Chat. I'm ready for the Lakers. Will focus their attention to free agency tweet. Yeah, it's probably how it's going to go. It's probably right around the corner. I haven't actually seen Tyler hate on anything other than Tyga as Ghostface. Unless you're Jordan. If you're Jordan Blucka, then that's the greatest Ghostface ever. Y'all need to hit that like. Thank you, Drip Show. Seriously, yes. If you haven't yet, please take a second, hit that like button for me, hit that subscribe button for me. I'm like 200. How many subs? I'm getting close to 30,000. I am basically, what is that? 342 away from 30,000. So subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button for me. That would be beautiful. I'd love to get to 30,000 soon, at least by the end of the month. I hate it when people overhype Reeves. He's so overrated. WTF has he done in his career to impact winning? I mean, not really a big fan of like the impact winning thing, just because, again, there's very few players, period. Like Anthony Davis didn't really impact winning. Like there's a lot of guys you can argue. Like Pau Gasol wasn't impact winning. Like there's only a handful of guys that really can lead you to a championship and like change the tide of a team. But like Austin Reed is a very good basketball player. Sorry, throat's a little dry. But I do agree that people overhype Reed. Like, again, like I mentioned earlier, there's two extremities. People are either like, he's trash, trade him for peanuts, or they're like, he's the best player ever to grace a basketball court. And I don't think it's either. I think, he's a very good basketball player, right? Like, he is a borderline all-star, maybe at some point would be an all-star player. There's nothing wrong with just being like, he's a very good basketball player, right? Like, it's just like you either have to be like a superstar or trash. Like, no, like there's a lot of guys that are just very good basketball players. Front office is only focused on tickets right now. Trust. They know that the chip is not happening, so it's about the money now for LA. The problem with that argument is like, no matter what, the Lakers are going to make money. We've had like abysmal years, and the Lakers still generated more revenue than every team in the league. Right? Like, Lakers are not worried about money. Like, I think that's the last thing they're worried about, ticket sales and stuff like that. I mean, Lakers are the largest fan base in basketball, right? Like, I mean, how many times you see going to other arenas and it's jam packed with Laker fans. I don't really buy that they're focused on ticket sales. You got Luka Doncic and LeBron James. You don't need to worry about ticket sales personally. Let's see. Austin over Garland. I would take Reeves over Garland too. Reeves has had issues with his calf. Trade him while the iron is hot. I mean, having one calf issue. I mean, he played 82 games the 2 previous years, right? Like, I don't really think that that's a thing. Like, again, they're being cautious, but look, again, I'm not against trading Austin Reeves, but it's got to make sense. If LeBron joins the Clippers, he'll be the most hated former Laker of all time. Yeah, you're not wrong there. That would probably be for sure. Braun's not going anywhere until after this year. I agree. I don't think he goes anywhere this year. Anyone would when you're carrying an injured Lakers team. Tyler is the real mayor of fair. Max has a bad contract. I mean, 15 million isn't that bad. 15, 16 million isn't that bad. Max Strus, it's not a terrible contract. For the type of player that he is. Keep Reeves future. He and Don gel well. It's not so much about gelling well. It's about just like they have moments, sure, where it looks decent, but it's also like, can you win with them? Right? Can you win with 2 non-athletic, non-defensive players in your backcourt in a league that is just becoming more and more athletic? I mean, at this point, your guess is as good as anybody's. He was expected to come back, and there doesn't seem to be the case. Look, JJ Redick said that he'd be back by the end of this road trip. I mean, if he's not back for the Nets game, then JJ was wrong. No, he won't. He literally won them a chip. Who cares if he joins the Clips? Cavs are a first round exit. Tyler, you're tripping. I don't know about that. The Cavs are pretty good. But they could be. Again, they were supposed to be pretty good last year, and they disappointed in the playoffs. James Harden was out 2 games now due to personal. Now I know it's a trade. He's been out and supposed to play against New York, but ruled out. Is he still against the Nets tomorrow? Then we know why. Yeah, look, I talked about tinfoil hat on. It's kind of interesting, right? Say what you want to say. Could that be, coming around the corner? Like, what's going on there? Appreciate you. How are you? Lakers need to focus on next year, period. I mean, it's kind of what it's kind of leaning towards. Hope you do drink alcohol on occasion, like very rarely, but I do I haven't done it this year because there hasn't really been a moment for it, but people usually like when I do the drinking streams where basically you can like buy me a shot. And I get asked all the time, like, dude, do that. Like when are you gonna do a drinking stream? But I usually save it for like when Luca got traded, I was like, dude, we gotta do a drinking stream. It's more of just like a fun gimmick, right? And helps the channel and stuff like that. But like in the real world, like I very rarely drink, like if ever. Right. Like if we were going to go hang out, Eric, and you were like, hey, you want to grab a beer or something like that? Like, yeah, sure. No problem. But I'm not really like drinking, like, I have like, we'll go out, have like a beer or two and then I'm good. Like, I'm not really a heavy drinker, not really a big drinking guy. I don't really do anything, kind of a square. I got kids, I got a family. I just work all day and play with my kids. I'm good. That's my drug, my family. That's my vice. We all have our vices. My vice is talking Lakers and hanging out with my family. Lakers aren't going to make any trades. Very, very likely. It's kind of shaping up that way. Detroit or New York are coming out of the East, and Denver or Thunder are coming out of the West, period. So the teams that I said, so I don't know if Detroit comes out because Detroit looks very good, right? Like, but it kind of feels like that young team that needs a year, right? Like, it kind of feels like a Cavs situation to me. Like, it kind of feels like Detroit's going to like exploded on the scene. They're going to end up taking their lumps in the first or second round. Again, I could be completely wrong. Maybe they're hoisting Larry O'Brien. The Knicks, I still like Knicks are one of those things you got to prove it to me. Right? It's just like the last few years, it's like this is their year, they're coming, and then they end up getting smacked. Again, like if Boston doesn't get Tatum back and 100%, then I probably would lean to Detroit, New York, just because, but I wouldn't sleep on the Cavs, depending on what the Cavs do, right? James Harden would be, yes, James Harden can disappear in the playoffs, but he's just a much better playmaker that they really need. Lakers ain't doing nothing, very likely. Braun to the Warriors. Braun waives his no trade clause. Warriors send back 3 firsts and Kuminga to the Bucks. Lakers send Rui and a first to the Bucks for Giannis. All depends if Giannis wants to go to LA. Lakers to play with Luka. Yeah, I mean, if he wants to go to Lakers, then yeah, you could do something like that. But if he's open to going to the Warriors, then it's like the Warriors could just trade for him. So it's a tough spot. Can we outbid other teams though? For if you're referring to the Giannis trade, not right now, but in the offseason, you can get pretty close. To me, it really boils down to 2 things. 1, does Giannis want to go to Lakers? 2, would Austin Reeves be willing to go to Milwaukee? If Austin Reeves is willing to go to Milwaukee, I think the Lakers have a real shot at getting him this season, right? Because Austin Reeves would be the best player that Milwaukee gets based on like what the trades are, because all these teams want to keep their guys to add Giannis, right? So it's all pick packages and stuff. But a couple things, those picks aren't going to be super good, and Milwaukee can't bottom out. They don't own any of their picks. They're all swaps. Even this year's pick is like swap. They don't even have their own pick. So they can't bottom out is the problem. So it's like, man, you can get Austin Reeves and, like Reeves and Rui and Thero and, hey, here's basically all our young guys. Like, you can make an argument. They wouldn't get anybody better than Austin Reeves in a return. Right. But I just don't think Austin Reeves would want to go to Milwaukee. I don't. Again, I could be wrong, but Rob has to make an upgrade trade, not a small one, because if he doesn't make trades, he loses a job at the end of the season. He just signed a new extension. I don't think he's losing his job anytime soon. But the problem is there is no, like, what's the upgrade trade? Right? Like, Lakers don't, like, right now, I did this in the last live stream. Let's do this again. All right, here we go. Strap it. Herb Jones, they want 2 firsts minimum. Recent reports say they want a Desmond Bane trade, which means they want 3 or 4 firsts. So Lakers don't have that, nor is he worth that. Trey Murphy, they want even more for. They want like a Giannis level trade for. Again, Lakers don't have that, and he's not worth that. Miles Bridges, last we heard, they wanted 2 firsts for Miles Bridges minimum. Lakers don't have that. Andrew Wiggins is going to make $30 million next season, so there goes most of your cap space. And yes, he'd be great, but I don't think Andrew Wiggins by himself is enough to pull you over the top. And in most circumstances, Miami would have to give up an asset to get off of Wiggins, right? Like the only reason they want to trade Andrew Wiggins is because they want to get off of his salary. So it's like you want us, so basically they want to fleece us for him, right? So it's kind of one of those things where it's like, who is that upgrade trade is the question, right? I heard no trade is happening and Lakers are looking to buyout market 2023, 2024. I mean, there was Jake L. Fischer who said he didn't report it. He was just saying like, I feel like that's the direction that they're going. Let's see. Man, you've attached every player in the league to the Lakers trade. Who do you really think is target 1, 2, and 3? I mean, I have it. Again, all I do is just take the news and report it, or not report it even, because I'm not really a reporter. I'm just taking the news, telling you what it is, and then just giving my opinion. It's just a fan channel. I say it all the time. I'm not an insider. I'm not a reporter. Literally just a fan. Just a guy who loves the Lakers and loves to talk about the Lakers. So again, like, yeah, on occasion, I'll be like, hey, what do you think about this guy? Like, well, I'll do some like exploratory things, but it's not necessarily like, because like I get comments all the time that are like, dude, you're never right. And I'm like, what is there to be right? I'm not predicting anything. I'm not relaying anything. I'm just taking what's out there, sharing it with you and talking about it. Like, that's my formula. It's very simple. It's just fun. We're having fun. It's a fun channel. But who do I really think are target 1, 2, and 3? It was DeAndre Hunter and Keon Ellis, and they're gone. DeAndre Hunter, Keon Ellis, and Andrew Wiggins seem to be 1, 2, and 3. And 2 of those 3 are gone. We need a bench. Yes, very badly. Who do you think is winning MVP this year? If the Lakers can get into a top 4 seed, I think it'll be Luka Doncic. I think the media and everybody would love to give Luka MVP. If they don't, I mean, would they give it to Victor Wembanyama if he can, as long as he plays enough games? I know he is. I think he's getting close. Will they give it to Jokic again? Cade Cunningham, I can see maybe Cade getting it because them doing it. But if I had to give an answer, like if I had to just choose one, if Lakers aren't a top 4 seed, then I think they'll probably give it to Cade. Because, I mean, they might end up having the best record in basketball. They're only like a game back of the Thunder. So I think they'd give it to Cade. You think Rob will make a move before the deadline? Personally, yes. I think Rob will do something. And my reasoning for that is because he's done something every year but one. Like, if you want to count on somebody to make a trade, it's Rob Pelinka. The guy's made, and even the year he didn't make a trade at the deadline, he actually made a trade in the offseason, right? So like Rob Pelinka every year does something. He's made moves every year but one, right? So again, history tells you he's going to do something, right? Is it enough is the question. I don't think so. Let's see. I want Luka to win MVP this year, but it's a lot of them fighting for it. Yeah, I just think it really boils down to can if the Lakers are top 3 or 4 seed, I think that the Lakers actually have a really good, or Luka actually has a really good chance, just because, again, you're talking about like the media and everybody that would love. I think genuinely would love to just give everything, like give it to a Laker. Man, the Clippers are falling apart behind the scenes. James Harden requested trade. Yeah, which is crazy. Yep. James Harden requesting a trade is the least of the Clippers' problems. Just wait. It wouldn't shock me. All right, Tyler, if you are on the seat of Rob, what will be the best current situation for the Lakers? Give them the C this season. Thanks. I'm hitting if I'm Rob Pelinka and I'm in Rob Pelinka shoes, I am calling up the Brooklyn Nets and I'm working on a deal. Realistically speaking, I'm probably not going to be able to get like that high end wing. So to me, can I talk to Brooklyn? Like, can we get a deal done for several role guys? And personally, I would be looking at like, can I get a Day'Ron Sharp? Right. So I'd be looking. So there's a couple things, right? If I can secure a Day'Ron Sharp, Zaire Williams, let's say Haywood Highsmith and Cam Thomas, like let's say those four guys. Cam Thomas is probably just a rental for this year. You're not getting any value for him anyway. Nets aren't going to do anything anyway. If he really works out, maybe re-sign him. Haywood Highsmith is a veteran kind of wing that you'd want to re-sign anyway, and his cap holds are really cheap, so he makes sense. Zaire Williams has a team option, and you were willing to let him walk in the offseason, so, let's make that happen. And then Day'Ron Sharp, same thing. You're willing to let him walk in the offseason, and he has a team option next year. Give me those four guys. If I have to give up my first, I think it's worth it. You get the depth, you get the versatility, you get all that stuff. Then I would look, if I know I have Day'Ron Sharp coming, then can I get Benedict Mathurin for DeAndre Ayton? If I could do something like that, then now you basically revamp. I'd have a Day'Ron be your starter. Jackson Hayes could be your backup. Now you got the depth, the wing, versatility. Maybe it's enough to win you a championship. It's very possible. It's also very possible that it's not enough, but at least you got the foundation you need. So now in the offseason, I can shift focus and not have to piece together this roster. I got the rotation guys. I got the athleticism. I got the two-way guys. I got everything I need. Now I can just focus on getting the high-end wings. Now I can throw all my money at a Peyton Watson. Now I can throw all my money at a Tari Eason. Now I can throw money at a Walker Kessler. Now I can, take my picks and go get a Herb Jones or whatever, right? Like that's what I'd be looking to do personally if I was the GM. What if James went back to Houston? Would they win it all? I still worry about James Harden in the playoffs. I don't think Kevin Durant would want that because what happened with Brooklyn, but I think it would. He would help with their two biggest needs: playmaking and secondary shot creation, because they just don't have anybody that can consistently be that secondary shot creator outside of Kevin Durant. Cavs create a super team with Braun and Harden, the bigs. It's very possible. Tyler's notification only activates for AR trades. Yeah. Man, if Giannis got traded to the Heat, my Warriors hate themselves. Haters self would be happy AF. Yeah. Water is wet would be devastated. Absolutely devastated. Cavs gonna have Harden and LeBron after that. I don't know if they get both this deadline, but in the offseason they could. It's could they do? I mean, technically they could do a sign and trade. I mean, they could have something in the offseason where they have like Harden, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Tyson, and then LeBron James and Evan Mobley. There we go. Which would be a squad. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that'd be tough. Lakers laying Gafford and PJ Washington would be kind of funny. Just like Mavs did. Those two players would improve the Lakers drastically. They definitely would. PJ Washington's struggling this year too. So that could be why. Something could happen. Something could develop. Man, people who are saying no one wants Gabe Connect forgot. They're saying the same thing to Westbrook and he got traded. Exactly. Dude, for a year, all we heard is it would take 2 firsts just to get off of Westbrook. That's not even counting getting anything back. And then Rob pulled off a trade to get Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, and Jeannie vetoed it. I still to this day believe if Jeannie would have let Rob go through with that trade, Lakers would have won the championship that year. Obviously, I can't prove that, but I really do. They would have been much better equipped to handle the Denver Nuggets with Miles Turner and Anthony Davis on the interior. But and then he followed that up and for one protected first was able to go and land D'Lo and Vando and end up helping this team get to the conference finals. I hate that YouTube doesn't notify me when I have notifications on that you were live. Anyways, I really like your Magic video and the idea getting some of those combinations would be awesome. Yeah, first off, I appreciate it. Just secondly, I get that a lot, like on the various channels. Like, I don't know why it's a YouTube thing. Also, not just me, but in general, anyone that you're subscribed to and a fan of, every once in a while, just kind of check and see if you're still subscribed, because I'll get people like that'll tell me like, dude, I like YouTube unsubscribed me. Like, I don't know what happened. Or dude, like YouTube isn't showing the thing and like, so just keep that in mind, not just for me, but any content creator period that you're maybe a fan of. But yeah, I mean, the Orlando thing, we got the news that Orlando's looking to shed salary. So, I mean, just to let you know, we got expiring contracts, so why not? Right? Type of thing. Did the Lakers make a trade yet? Unfortunately, no. DJJ would be amazing, absolutely. When will the Lakers actually build through draft picks? Are they just that drafting all point and benefit or popular big market team? Again, it's just Lakers historically have not, you think of things like Magic and Kobe and stuff like that, but outside of like a handful of guys, I mean, back obviously in like the 70s and 80s, that's like all you did. But Lakers historically have not. They usually build up guys enough just to go then trade them. It's usually what the Lakers do. And they've had so much success doing that. Right? Like, Lakers usually are trying to land the stars and get the players and the pieces and stuff like that. I mean, the last time that they started building the young guys, Lakers ended up, trading them for Anthony Davis. The other thing is the fan base isn't patient enough, right? If we're being honest, I talked about this in a stream the other day, right? We'll get guys, like Bronny and Adu Thero and whatever, right? Even Jake LaRavia right now. I mean, people are ready to grab their pitchforks and write him off. And he's 23 years old. He's young enough to have been our draft pick this year. Problem is, as a fan base, we're not patient enough with our young guys. So, because it's always a catch-22, right? It's like Lakers don't develop, Lakers don't build guys. They just trade everybody. They just get off everybody, or they'll just like get off of guys, and then those same guys will go to another team and ball out for that team. And then we're all like, oh man, of course, Lakers, right? But it's like, again, like, what do you want? You want the Lakers to develop and build young guys? That takes time. That takes years, right? Like, like Jake LaRavia, great pickup. He's been great this year, right? He's been better than expected. But again, it's one of those things where you got to be patient with him, right? Like, as soon as he has a bad game, Laker fans are ready to pack his bags and get him out of town, right? Okay, well then, so what is it? Do you want to develop young guys, or do you want to get rid of every young guy that isn't averaging 20, 10, and 10 every night, right? Like, again, it's the problem, right? You gotta be patient, right? You gotta let guys develop. You gotta look beyond just the scoring. It's like, oh man, if this guy doesn't average 20, he's trash. And it's like, no. Like, again, Jake LaRavia has been very inconsistent shooting and scoring the basketball, without a doubt, 100%. But people ignore that, he'll go grab, like, yeah, he'll struggle to shoot the basketball, but he'll go grab 6 to 8 rebounds and is our best defensive player and, does the dirty work and the margin and stuff like that. Again, it's the thing. Do you want to build up guys, or do you want to get the best players now? Right. And the Lakers usually, again, they're an organization where we're not playing for anything other than championship. So if I'm the Lakers and I have these young guys and I can turn them into a guy that can help me win a championship right now, then you do that, right? It's that's the thing. It's like, it's either, you can't have both. It's one or the other. You're either patient and develop guys, or you don't, right? You trade them and you turn them into guys. Zoo was pretty mediocre before Harden arrived, and Garland isn't particularly a great playmaker. Yeah, but I mean, Zoo's there for like the toughness, the physicality, the interior presence, all that stuff. Let's see, Dunn or DJJ or both. I would take both if I can. I mean, you're talking about like the ideal kind of guard next to Luka and Austin Reeves, and then you're talking like the ideal two-way wing next to Luka and Austin Reeves. I know Tyler wants the Brooklyn trade, so hopefully Rob makes it happen. I hope so too, man. I hope he watches the channel and is like, "Don't worry, I got you." Lakers build through draft picks before you forgot the Lonzo, Kuzma, Randall, and Josh Hart and Zubac. Yeah, and then they traded everybody. They let guys go to get LeBron, and then traded guys to go get Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Would be awesome. When do you think we will get a trade? And maybe next week? Well, the Lakers have a day and a half, and then that's it. So they can't do a trade next week. It has to be by Thursday. Basically, like, what is it, 3 p.m. Eastern time Thursday? Lakers not worried about money. Genie Bus was giving out $8 million and $24 million bonuses. Yeah, Lakers make so much money. The last thing they're worried about is money, right? Like they're constantly one of the highest generated revenue teams. I swear, dude, even if we can get a Bay or something, like, I swear, just anything, please. This is the Lakers, not a mid-tier franchise. It's time, bro. Fire Rob. Have someone with passion about winning. The problem is like I always say, like, sure, fire Rob, but for who? There isn't that guy that's like, that's the GM. That's the guy, right? People usually say Bob Myers, but he's literally, he joined the ownership group for the Sixers. Like, he's doing other ventures. He's probably going to take over for the Sixers at some point. So again, it's like, okay, so now he's off the table. Who else is there? Let's see. Braun and Bronny for Harden, Lopez, Batum, Christie, 2030, 2032 first rounder. Lakers take on 4 bad contracts, but would have 5 firsts available for trades. Braun keeps getting paid. I mean, it's not like the worst thing in the world. I don't think the Lakers would trade LeBron for that. I think that they would kind of wait till the offseason. I also don't know if LeBron would be willing to sign on up for that. You know, I don't know. Interesting. It's not the worst thing ever. Maybe Lakers are trading Reeves. He should have been back from injury. If he doesn't play the next game versus the Nets, it's obvious he was expected to be back this road trip. Yeah, I mean, it's strange what's happening. Again, put your tinfoil hat on. It's odd. You hate Austin Reeves' inconsistencies, but you are okay with sticking with DeAndre or Hayes. I wouldn't give him more minutes, but we have to start the consistent energy. So again, a couple things that are completely wrong about that. One, Hayes is a vet minimum guy. I'm not gonna hold a rotation backup center vet minimum guy to the standard of a starting 2 guard that is about to get $40 million. Big difference, right? Again, I criticize LeBron. I criticize Luka Doncic, right? I have criticized both of them about turnovers, shot selection, you name it, right? Problem is, anytime I criticize about Austin Reeves, people lose their minds, right? And ignore that I've also criticized Luka when he's doing terrible in LeBron and all that stuff, right? Again, big difference between a starter that's about, again, yes, he's making $14 million right now, but he's not doing that forever. And the Lakers' plan is to keep him as the foundation piece next to Luka Doncic. You need to hold him to a higher standard, right? 2, I've talked about trading DeAndre Ayton. I've even added Jackson Hayes in trades before. So again, it's not something that I've talked about. Another thing is Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves are such similar players. Again, you don't have that like similarities, right? Like, so again, can you win with those two? Again, I was a Laker fan before Austin Reeves, a Laker fan after Austin Reeves. I want to win. I don't care about anything else. Austin Reeves, great player. if I can turn him into pieces that now win championships, hey, Reeves, great, man. Nice knowing you, my guy. I'll pack your bags for you. Again, the standard level, right? I've talked about DeAndre Ayton's inconsistencies, but again, he's an $8 million guy that the Lakers don't even know if they want him to be the long-term answer. And he's not going to make $40 million probably ever, right? And he's the best option at the center position right now, right? And if you could, I said, if you can turn Ayton, if you can go get another center and turn Ayton into something, do it, right? So, you want to talk about the inconsistencies of keeping the same energy. I've kept it, right? Again, DeAndre Ayton isn't untradeable, but you also need a center to replace that. I don't want to trade Austin Reeves for a bag of chips, but if it makes sense, it makes sense. And again, you're talking about different priorities. DeAndre Ayton being the fourth or fifth option is not going to be as consistent as Austin Reeves being the second or third option. Again, levels, right? So again, like you're making it's two completely different. I mean, you're comparing apples to automobiles. It's two completely different things. Yes, I don't hold a vet minimum guy to the standard that I hold, your starting, two guard that is supposed to be the face of your franchise alongside with Luka Doncic and get $40 million. Again, all these things matter. All these things are different. My vice is watching Family Guy. Hey, nothing like good Family Guy. Yeah, but they built through the draft before. Like you said, yeah. They don't really build through the draft, right? They kind of got right on a couple things, like being able to land Magic Johnson because of some crazy circle, because of what was it, like a coin flip or whatever? No, was it James Worthy was, I think, the coin flip, right? Like Lakers had a couple lucky things, and got to keep in mind, back in the day, guys were more NBA ready. They played. I mean, there used to be a point where you couldn't even play till you were like in your 20s, till you're like 22, right? So again, it was a completely different league, completely different time. Guys were more mature. Guys, played it. Like the game was very different. Like it's not the same thing as it used to be, right? Sorry, trying to find something to me real quick. Harden can't make up his mind. Yeah, dude, that guy is just he's hot potato. He's like, I want to go over here and I want to go over here and I want to do this. I want to go over here. Tyler, you should have a whiteboard in the back and you could write down stats from the game and stuff like that. Just a random thought. I actually have whiteboards on the side of me right here. It's usually where I like make notes and stuff like that. Or if I'm thinking of something, I even got a whiteboard right here. That's why you'll see sometimes I'm like, right, I got a little thing here. I got whiteboards all over the place. I'm always writing stuff down, but like do something where like you come here and do like a John Madden thing. You slide in here. Let's see. LeBron has likely agreed to join the Clippers, and Harden doesn't want any part of it. I don't know about that. Again, never say never. Obviously, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but I don't think LeBron leaves this trade deadline personally. The thing with the buyout market is we only have one roster spot. Like it's not that we're going to get a ton of buyout guys and can afford 3 or 4. Trade would have to happen. Yeah, it's part of the reason, right? Like, and one buyout guy is likely not going to be enough to change the fate, right? Like Chris Middleton might end up being one of the best buyout candidates that the Lakers can get. And don't get me wrong, I'd love to have him. He'd be great. Veteran guy, legit two-way guy. But at the end of the day, like he's not at the end of he's not going to fix the Lakers. Who says no? Nets get Rui, Gabe, Ben Shepherd, and a 31 first. Pacers get Ayton Connect. Mavs get Ben Mathurin. Denver gets Najee Marshall, Maxi Kleba. Lakers get Cam Johnson and Nick Claxton. First off, that's a lot of moving parts. Like that trade in and of itself is tough. Obviously, getting off of Cam Johnson for Denver would make some sense because um, then they can maybe get or they can keep and retain Peyton Watson in the offseason. So that might make some sense for Denver. Um, you clear off the 11 million for Max Kleba. So Denver, Lakers obviously do it because again, you get 3 and D Wayne and a center. Nets get Rui, Gabe, Ben Shepherd, and a 31 first. And they're giving up what? Nick Claxton. Pacers get Ayton and Connect. And then Mavs get Benedict Mathurin. I don't hate it. It's not terrible. I don't know. Like I don't know off the top of my head if all the money works and everything, but because Nets basically are turning Claxton into a first and helping facilitate some things. Pacers get Ayton and Connect. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. Not a bad idea. Not terrible. It's just a lot of moving parts and pieces, which is it's really tough. It's tough enough to get one trade done. Get something like that would be tough. Someone said, "Why would the Nets do that trade?" Because they get a first for basically just Nick Claxton. They're not sending anything out. They're just sending Nick Claxton. They get a first for Nick Claxton, which is what they want. Just in James Harden potential trade destination Atlanta Hawks. Yeah, I also saw Minnesota is in talks with the Clippers too. The thing that makes me mad too is that Rob can still make trades and still have cap space. Io is a free agent, so you're fine. Kuminga is essentially a 1-year contract, so you can let him go if need be. Yeah, I mean, and to me, it's more about like getting cap holds and things like that, right? Like bird rights, stuff like that, right? Like there's advantages to trading for a guy or two, right? So like, again, Io DeSumo, for example, right? His cap hold, like if his cap hold is cheaper than what his new contract would be, then you're in great shape because now you can he can be one of the last things that you do. Like it's things like that that make a big difference. Let's see. I mean, Lakers suck at drafting, man. Let's just keep it 100. I mean, I disagree. Look at almost every top team in the league. They're all littered with Laker players. I mean, the Cavs are like half former Lakers, right? Like Timberwolves have several Lakers. The Thunder have several Lakers. I mean, Lakers are good. Like if you're talking about drafting superstars, yes, they're not good at that. But they also usually don't draft in a position to land a superstar. They usually draft in a position to land role guys. Lakers have been one of the best draft teams in the league the last decade plus, right? It's kind of why it was so surprising Mark Walters fired everybody. But he didn't fire them because they weren't good. He fired them because of personal reasons. He fired them because they tried to veto the sell. But again, Lakers, I mean, go over the years. Yeah, sure. Have they missed here and there? Of course. But I mean, they've hit on a lot of guys. This is Tyler's big addition. Game against the Nets is today. And after that, we are finding out who's getting traded. Yeah, exactly. Audition day for the Nets. Let's do it. I mean, kind of competitive a little bit. They blown out the Warriors Christmas and actually the year they were competitive. LeBron got here. It's just every player got injured. Yeah. A lot of people think the Lakers would have won the first year that he came because Lakers were cruising at that point and then ended up getting hurt. What's going on? All right. Good morning. The king has returned. I would take those 4. Yeah, those 4 players I would take. Yeah, I'm telling you, the Nets is probably my favorite trade. This is it, y'all. Today is Gabe Man. I sure hope so. I really do. I sure hope so. How are you up at this time of the day? Just kidding. But in all seriousness, I think we will start to see trades going through soon. I sure hope so. And yeah, I mean, at this point of the year, it's always like this. It's always I gotta get no sleep. I'll be up till probably 3, 4 in the morning and wake up at 8 and repeat the process. But it's only a couple days and I'll be back to I can get some sleep, get caught up on some rest. Not forever. Thinking about MVP. that makes no sense is that it's most valuable player, not most valuable team. It should be about how the team is doing. It should be simple. Who's the best player is. Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's the problem. It's usually who is and you get voter fatigue and all this other. Like, it shouldn't be about that. Right? Who's the best player? If LeBron, if Nikola Jokic is the best player for 15 years straight, then he should win the MVP 15 years straight, right? Like, again, if LeBron is the best player in the league for 20 years straight, then he's the best player in the league for 20 years straight, right? MVP is most valuable player. Who is the most valuable player? The problem is it's a popularity contest and all this other stuff. That's why all those accolades are silly, right? Like, even defensive player of the year, all of that. What's funny is, like, you look at somebody like Marcus Smart, right, who is on the Lakers, has been fantastic this year, but the year he won MVP made no sense. He wasn't even the best defensive player on his team. It's just Boston was so good defensively, and he was the defensive leader that he won it. And they even the media even said, like, this was more of like a team award than an individual award. And I was like, that's stupid, because again, it's defensive player of the year, not defensive team of the year. If you want to do teams and all this other stuff, right, then do those awards, right? If you want to do MVP team, then sure. Like, hey, whoever's the best team in the league that year wins that. And, if you want to give an individual award to the player that was the best player on that team, sure. Right. But like, if you're doing if it's an individual award, it should go to who's the best player. Right. So I agree with you. But again, all those rewards are ridiculous. Team mix with Jack Daniels sounds good. How are you enjoying it? I'm wonderful. I haven't tried that, so I'm gonna have to do that. I mean, I guess I have, because I've had like hot toddies and stuff like that. So, sorry, just keeping an eye on things. I hope Giannis goes to the Lakers. Hey, never say never. You never know. Would you trade LeBron for Mitchell? Supposedly they would trade him. That would send Bron back to Cleveland. I mean, yes, sure, yeah, because I think, but you'd have to trade Austin Reeves. Can't have Austin Reeves, Donovan Mitchell, and Luka Doncic on the same team. So, if the Lakers are willing to trade Austin Reeves, then yeah, I'd do that in a heartbeat. Do you think Donovan Mitchell and Luka Doncic would be complementary? Do you think it would work? I mean, based on history, right? Like, Luka's done really well next to guys like Jalen Brunson, Austin Reeves, Kyrie Irving. So on paper, yes, right? Obviously, you never really know, but Ja Morant to Miami Heat. If they don't get Giannis, I could definitely see them pivoting to that. Donovan is an East player yet. Same, I don't get the notifications and no notifications. Yeah, like I said, it's really weird. I don't know. It's odd. Let's see. I found out Tyler was alive just by me having the app open. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. However you found it, I appreciate you. But yeah, no, I get it. It is. Like I said, I don't know why it does that. It's really weird. LeBron wants to be traded? Maybe. I mean, he has a no trade clause, so if it's up to him, right? It's up to him. Let's see. We don't need no more mediocre players that be off and on, and that's not consistent. I mean, that's every role player in the league, right? Like, role players are role players because of their lack of consistency, right? Like, otherwise they'd be stars, right? Like, that's the thing that, it's the thing that a lot of people, I see this comment all the time, right? And it doesn't make any sense. If guys were consistent, right? I mean, there's levels of consistency, right? Like, obviously, there's players that are much more consistent than others that are still role players, but people look like, we could go get somebody like I don't know, we could get an Andrew Wiggins, right? And he could have 4 straight games of just balling out, averaging 18 a game, and then he'll have 3 games where he's awful. And it's like, oh man, dude's trash, right? Like, and it's like, no, again, he's not a star, he's not a superstar, he's not anything like that, right? Like, again, role players are usually inconsistent. That's why you want multiple role guys, right? So, and that's why you get averages, right? What is a player average each year? It's not what is a player game to game. It's what are the averages, right? So that's the thing is that like, you know, if you have multiple role players, you're hoping that at least 2 or 3 of them do well every night, right? So like, whatever, we'll just use the role players in the Lakers. If Jake LaRavia, Rui Hachimura, and DeAndre Ayton are balling out, right, one night, okay, maybe Ayton has a bad game the next night, but let's say Marcus Smart, Jackson Hayes, and whatever, Bronny end up balling out the next night, right? Like, again, you're gonna have inconsistencies with role players regardless. Again, that's why they're role players, right? Even the best role players in the entire league have nights where like it just doesn't work. That was 126. Lakers should unleash Gabe one last time for today's game because after that he's cooked. I mean, according to JJ Redick, he's probably going to be doing that heavy. Andrew Wiggins and Khalil Ware in a 3-team trade. I would do whatever I had to go get Khalil Ware. Right? I mean, you want to talk about the ideal Luka center for the next, even beyond Luka. Man, Shams Bomb is a dud after the Luka trade. Yeah, you're not wrong. Jake is good when he finds his rhythm. Yeah, Jake does a lot of things besides scoring the basketball. Problem is, again, if a guy's not scoring the basketball, then they're, then they're bums. It's like, dude, he does so much, right? Like on most nights. The last game he was bad. Period. I hope Lakers do something before the trade deadline, man. I am right there with you. I do too. I am right there with you. Chance we get Peyton Watson. Percentage wise on Peyton Watson. It depends on what Denver. If Denver can get off of Cam Johnson's contract, then I think it's very low. If they can't, right, without giving up assets, so that I think it's very high. Like, as of right now, I think Lakers have a very good chance. But Lakers would have to overpay. But I don't mind overpaying because he's young and makes sense. And I would structure the contract where like it drops, right? So basically by year 4, it's, like slightly less than he might have gotten AAV. So percentage wise, I'd probably say like, I don't know, like 55-45. The Nuggets keep him. I think it's pretty close right now. Because I think if the Lakers threw like 30 million at him, I don't think they would match it. I think Lakers starting 5 currently with Reeves and Rui off the bench, and an Io and Nikhil Alexander-Walker and Jared Vanderbilt and Hayes Shefkiss. That'd be beautiful. Something like that, yeah. Especially the way Nikhil Alexander-Walker's balling. LeBron is staying with Lakers Nation. I think so. I don't think he's going anywhere either. People already want Gabe at a silver platter side. Fries, don't blame him. Yeah, I mean, yeah, people want him gone. Days coming out the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Last year we were saying Bron Reeves. Oops, come on, why isn't it? There we go. Need time to figure it out. And this year looked promising, and it started, but haven't played many games together. Yeah, they've only played like something like 183 minutes together or something like that. Like, it's not really good. Again, the question is, can all 3 play to the level of a championship? Right? Like, there's levels to success, right? So, like, LeBron, Reeves, and Luka could be really good, but not championship level good. Right? And that's the thing, right? Like there is a part of like, hey, we need to kind of see them mesh. We need to kind of see, you know, Luka, LeBron, and Austin Reeves work and play together type thing. Um, I mean, Luka, yeah, I got what you meant. No worries, Days. I get it. You're saying AR, Braun, and Luka. Yeah, I got you. Right. Like, but point is that like, I think that there's questions of can they get to the point that you need, and you don't have a ton of time to figure it out, and that's the problem. Like, you kind of got to bank on that working out. I mean, look, I don't think either of those three are getting traded by Thursday. So, I mean, we're going to find out. You're going to have time, assuming Reeves comes back next game or so, you're going to have some time to kind of work that out and figure it out. So, be interesting, but yeah, definitely last year it was like, yeah, they needed time for sure, but it's also now like it's getting tough because it's like somebody's always hurt, right? And Luka's banged up right now. Like I can see Reeves coming back and they just like sit Luka for a game or two. So, but I appreciate you seriously. Thank you, Days. Thanks so much, super chat. I was just on Trevor's stream. Now I'm here with the greatest fans in the world. Well, thank you so much. Seriously, I appreciate that. Hopping off over here after. And yes, we do have definitely the greatest fans in the world. The more we wait, Luka's going to be damn near 30 years old. I mean, again, if they get everything done in the offseason, then, Jake takes charges. Yes. Best now. Obviously now. But the problem is, like, who do you get right now that changes the Lakers' fate is the problem. Sorry, trying to find something to me. What happened to Jackson from Memphis talk? There was never. It was just that was just Rich Paul just kind of throwing that out there. It wasn't necessarily anything like that. YouTube's weird, man. Yeah, YouTube is very weird. I remember people calling Max Christie mediocre. Now they want him back. Yeah, again, it happens with everyone. Like, dude, I'm old enough to remember when people were calling Kobe a bum because he was airballing threes and stuff like that. I'm old enough to remember when people wanted the Lakers to trade Kobe and thought Jerry West was an idiot for taking an 18-year-old kid. Like, again, like they do it with everybody. Everybody. It's the fandom thing. That's how it works. It's not just a Laker thing. It's every fan. Every fan thinks their half decent player is a superstar, and everyone thinks that the up and comer that is trying to be developed is a scrub, right? Like every team overvalues players, right? Like, you get somebody like I see comments from other teams and stuff like that where they're like, you like people are talking about like, I would never trade Jaden McDaniels for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like, what are you talking about? Like, Jaden McDaniels is one of the premier 3-and-D guys in the league. He's never going to be Giannis Antetokounmpo. Like, what are you talking about here? Right? Like, again, it's fandom period. It's not just a Laker thing. It's just we're all here Laker fans. So you get the Lakers side of it. Yeah, he's absolutely balling in Dallas right now. I know that's the one that like hurt. I would have rather given up another first and kept him. Who are we trading Gabe and Connect for? I don't know. I mean, probably gonna add Maxey into that and figure that out. But remember what Jaden did to us last year? Yeah, believe me, I do remember, which sucks. Will Lakers be contenders again? Hopefully next season. Right? Hopefully that's what we're hearing. Let's see. I swear, bro, Rob wouldn't have to work for more than a few hours if he just watched Tyler's videos and maps out everything you have to do. Rob's work for him. Yeah, I mean, look, I lay it out, tell you what you need to do, how you need to do it. How's life, Tyler? Beautiful, wonderful. Again, I'm very blessed, very blessed. Um, let's see. I watch this team. I get heartburn. Believe me, I say it all the time. I get years taken off my life because of this Lakers team. I'm the only one. I'm the only one who asked how life is like a normal person. Well, I appreciate you. I get comments about that stuff all the time, but I get it. Like we're talking about Lakers and all that stuff, but I appreciate the kind comments. I do. Thank you. I don't think the Lakers gonna make any moves, and since Austin's been out, they are virtually unwatchable. Yeah, I mean, we're gonna get the whole like, hey Ross, Austin coming back. That's the move, right? Um, if we don't make a big trade or a good trade, we're not getting out of the first round for sure. I mean, I would never say never. I wouldn't say for sure, but again, you get the right matchup. But it's very possible. Austin Reeves is the cone. I agree with you mostly. Well, thank you. Like I said, not everyone. I don't expect everyone to agree with me all the time. There's always going to be things that people agree with me with. There's always going to be things that people disagree with me with. I mean, that's literally why at the end of every video, I say, whether you agree or disagree, let me know, because I mean, that's part of sports, right? We're all going to have things that we're aligned on. We're all going to have things that we hate. I might say something that you're just like, man, like that doesn't make sense. Like, there are going to be things where you're like, that is brilliant. It's part of it. It comes with the territory. You're going to have good takes. You're going to have bad takes. You do this long enough, you're going to say things that age like milk. You have things that age like wine. That's how it works. That's right, Tyler. I think the same way. I'm not a player fan. I am a Laker fan. Exactly. Yeah. Ayton for Gafford, if they would do it. Yeah. Austin Reeves for Giannis, if you could do it, sure. The problem is, I don't think Austin's going to want to play in Milwaukee is the problem. Depends what kind of chips I got Lay's currently. Good point. You're right. We need Bam. Bam would be nice. Jeannie Buss, she wants Giannis to the Lakers. It's really, I mean, it's what Giannis wants to do. Where does Giannis want to go? Those are cool posters. Well, thank you. Shout out to Drip Show. They're the ones that were kind enough to send me those posters. I don't know. I don't think Drip Show's still in the chat. I haven't seen them in a while, but they were here earlier, and I'm very appreciative. They gave me some nice canvases. And then obviously I got the Kobe number 8 jersey. I've had that since I was a kid, so I've had that for a long time. But yeah, they're very kind to send me these canvases, which I'm very, very thankful for. Gabe is a walking cone, yes. Harden choosing which city has the best clothes. Yeah, exactly. He's like, hey, let's see. I'm going to be disappointed if LeBron doesn't win this year. I mean, yeah, like, Drip Show is still here. Well, thank you. I appreciate you. Perfect. Well, yeah, again, shout out to Drip Show. Like I said, they were very kind to send me these, and yeah, they look great, right? If you want to see, because this Kobe thing has like a ton of details on it, which I think are awesome. I love those little hits, little details. The LeBron one has some nice little details too, like particularly in the city background, stuff like that. But there's a ton of detail on that Kobe one. Actually made a video showing them like up close and stuff like that. If you do really like it, go check out that video. And again, shout out to Drip Show for the awesome canvases. Where was I? I'm not surprised at Gabe being trash. He's another former BF. That's kind of how it goes, right? Like, it's like, oh, come on, man. DeRozan to the Lakers, done deal. I mean, if they got a first, I wouldn't be surprised. And the Lakers end up getting a first-round pick. Jake LaRavia is a joke. I still think Jake LaRavia is fine. Again, he's 23 years old. Like we mentioned earlier, you can't have it both ways. Either you want the young guys you want the Lakers to develop and grow young guys, or you ship them out and you get the best you can. Just checking. Sorry, just checking. Make sure there's no updates or anything. Let's see. Sorry, trying to find something. Let me real quick. Look at us. Trying to trade LeBron for something. No team has gotten anything for LeBron. He leaves on his own terms. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. But to be fair, like I've said, is this LeBron's also never been in this situation, right? Historically, LeBron's always honored his contracts, but LeBron's also never been 41 in year 23, right? Like, he doesn't. How much more time does he have left? I realistically don't think AR gets 40 million. I think he's a 30 to 35 million offseason. I could see him signing 35 million with the Lakers because he really wants to stick around for the Lakers, but I worry that he's because he can get as much. I think it's 42 million is projected because it's a percentage of the cap. So we don't know exactly how much it is, but like I think it's 42 million roughly is what's projected. Let's see. It's good to have money to spend in the offseason for 3-and-D wings and defensive rebounding centers. Yeah, I mean, look, there's a lot of options out there. Obviously, again, I'd like to see the Lakers do a couple things, but it's kind of one of those things. Let's see. What 3-and-D wing is available this offseason? I mean, you got like hiring guys. You got Peyton Watson. You got Tari Eason. I mean, you got like it depends on like where do you rank Benedict Mathurin. You got Ayo Dosunmu, Keon Ellis, Kai Abaji. I mean, there's several guys. So yeah. Ayo Dosunmu. Yep. Water is wet is here. We do not suck at drafting. Agreed. Lakers have been really good at drafting over the years. Like talking superstars and stuff like that. Sure. Lakers don't suck at drafting. They just aren't patient. Exactly. Trying to find something to me real quick. Only a few teams have made trades. Yeah, exactly. And that's something else too, is like there haven't really been the trades. We're either lining up for a miserable trade deadline or a wild one. A wild one. So that'll be interesting. Let's see. Luka and LeBron be watching people steal the ball as they stand at half court. You're not wrong. Let's see. Like y'all can at least run back. Yeah, at least pretend. At least give the like the half tribe. Let's see. I got a serious question. What are you gonna say or post when the Lakers once again skip out on the trade market and kick the can down the road? Talk about how they did that, and what are the pros and cons of those things. Right? I mean, look, I've maintained for months now, like it's very likely that that's the case, right? And that there is a genuine argument that that's the best option this offseason. It really is. Obviously, again, the fan in me is going to be disappointed. I'm not going to be super thrilled with that, but again, it's like what is best for the Lakers? If it really boils down, does Rob Pelinka go in and absolutely ball out? If he goes in and absolutely balls out and just cooks up some great stuff, then I'm all for it. Would you trade for Ayo Dosunmu and Isaac Carr from the Bulls in a heartbeat? Just can the Lakers realistically get those guys is the question. Tyson said Cavs. Yeah, you're not wrong. Let's see. Like I said, the LeBron and Lakers relationship is over. They need to be honest and see what they can get from 1,000%. I have said the same thing. Milkshake does sound good. Bro, our bench is trash. You're not wrong. Not wrong. Worst scoring bench in basketball. Got a bunch of water is wet stuff. Sorry, trying to find some music. What time is it in California? It is, what would it be? Be 11:44 p.m. Yeah, it's 1:44 44. It's almost 2 a.m. So probably going to wrap this up soon. I just wanted to kind of wait, see if something happens, especially with the Harden stuff brewing. Would Io would getting Io be good? Can he move the needle at all? Yeah, I mean, can he move? Will he move the needle enough to like propel us into contention? I don't know about that, but yes, he is definitely somebody. I mean, you can make an argument. Io's the Bulls' like best player. Like he is really good, man, really good. He just doesn't get the role and opportunity at times. Chances AR stays and gets traded. I'm like, I mean, nothing's ever 100%, but like, I think it's pretty high that Reeves stays. Like, I don't really see him getting traded anytime soon. Lakers think he's the future with Luka. So, you still want Zach LaVine on the Lakers? No, because again, once you got like Zach LaVine made sense when you had LeBron and AD because they really needed that shot creator. They really needed that off ball catch and shoot guy. And they really needed some over the top shooting, like badly. Like they were terrible at it because LeBron and AD weren't really that. Like, yeah, they could shoot over the top at times. It's not really their game. Zach LaVine would have opened up and solved a lot. But as soon as you got Luka Doncic, then the need for Zach LaVine went away. I mean, you can make an argument Zach LaVine is a better fit, right? Again, better fit, right? There's a difference. But you can make an argument Zach LaVine is a better fit next to Luka than Austin Reeves. More athletic, better catch and shoot three. He's one of the best catch and shoot 3-point shooters in basketball every year. So what are some teams you could see AR wanting to resign? I grew up close to Memphis. Yeah, I mean, Houston. Maybe would a team like the Nets with a bunch of cap space, stuff like that, like where he could like kind of pick and build around. I can maybe see something like that. Minnesota, I think, makes some sense for him. Basically, a team that needs a playmaker like him that could put him over the top into contention. Let's see. Max Christie is really good now. You're not wrong. He is very good now. I already know Dalton Connect is going to be the next we should have kept him guy. 1,000%. 1,000%. You know how that's going to go. We're going to get the regular, like, oh, this is why. Do you think we make a trade? Yes. I do think that they make something. Again, I don't know if it's going to be the sexy trade that everyone wants, but I think they'll do something. I can see Rob doing something just to like almost appease the fans. But what did the Hawks get Nikhil for? I think they paid because they didn't trade for him. They signed him. I think they signed for, I think it was like 16 million a year. Let's see. I think it was like 16 million. I should probably type with two hands, but kind of resting on my hand right now, or my arm. Where's his name? Here we go. Signed for 4 years, 60 million. So yeah, 15 million a year. So yeah, I was right. Spot on. Look at that. Memory, supercomputer. Late night stream joint. What's up, T? What's going on? How are you? Appreciate you as always. How do you feel about Harden potentially getting traded? I think it's a little surprising because again, the Clippers have been the best team in the league the last like 2 months, and to just like randomly decide to like trade Harden. Supposedly it was Harden's idea. Harden's the one that wants out. Which I mean, dude, that guy like changes teams more than underwear. It's wild. But yeah, doing a late night stream. Like I said, we're handing out. It's that time of the year. I want to stream I've been streaming every day. I want to keep that up between now and then. If they were at Mathurin, why not trade for him now? Because I mean, if you're going to trade Ayton for Mathurin, then problem is like you need to make sure you have a center locked up. Who knew Jalen Tyson is playing better than Dalton Connect? I mean, go into the draft, but that's why the draft is a lottery, man. Like, people, I feel like people don't take that into account enough, right? Like, you don't like usually the guy that ends up being the best player in the draft, unless it's like a no-brainer draft, you're like Wimby or something like that. Usually the guy that ends up becoming the best player in the draft is like a random guy in the draft. Like it's, like they're more often than not, it's usually the like 17th pick. Then, I mean, look at most of the all-time greats. I mean, like Giannis was what, 15th pick? What was he, 13th pick, something like that? Nikola Jokic was drafted in the second round during a Taco Bell commercial, right? Kobe, he wasn't a top 5 pick or anything. Like you get so many guys. Klay Thompson, like you get all these guys that are just like late picks, right? So, Sohan is another Jared Vanderbilt. Why nobody talking about going after Sohan? Yeah, that's basically why he's basically another Jared Vanderbilt that you're gonna have to pay. Which I don't hate the idea of. Problem is like if he was under a couple years cheap, I would be all for it. But the problem is he's making pretty. He's gonna want to get paid. He's probably gonna want some money. If they want Mathurin in the offseason, why not trade for him now since he's a restricted free agent? Again, it's just what does Indiana want? They're looking for a starting center. But like I said, if you're gonna trade, say, if you're gonna trade for say Ayton for Mathurin, then you need to make sure you have something for that. Would it move the needle for the Lakers if you can get another center potentially? I mean, Mathurin's was pretty good, and he stepped up huge when you had why am I blanking on Tyrese Halliburton? There we go. It's getting late, I'm getting tired. Lakers need at least 2 or 3 new players. Gabe and 8 have to go. Yeah, I think they need about that too. I like the way you said that with great comparison. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Yes. Where do you think Harden gets traded? I think he should go to Minnesota. Like Minnesota has the athleticism, the defense, all that stuff to mask him. And Minnesota just really needs a playmaker. Like Minnesota or Houston. I just don't know if KD would want Harden in Houston. But those are the 2 teams that like they might be a playmaker, a James Harden away from winning a championship. Yeah, it looks like he's going to the Cavs. Drip Show, I appreciate you again. Thank you so much. Let's see. There's a lot of great players that didn't win, so you'll probably get disappointed. I mentioned that earlier in the stream. I was talking about like there's so many. A comment that I see very regularly from people is like, "Oh, this like what has this guy done? This guy isn't proven, whatever." Like, there's only a handful of guys in the league every like 10 years that are proven. Right? I mean, even like look at the last like literally like 15 years. It's like LeBron, Steph. I mean, KD, you could argue isn't proven because he won on a team that was already proven, right? Like, so again, how many players actually lead a team to a championship? LeBron, Steph, Giannis, Jokic, right? You can argue the Celtics, like one guy didn't really, that just was like a team that was just better than everybody. Like that team as a whole was so good and so stacked, right? Like, SGA you literally got like 6 guys. I mean, you could make it like, before, LeBron came, like Shaq before Kobe wasn't proven, right? Like, it's just, there's very few guys that are actually proven. And that's the thing. Like, people are always like, oh man, this guy's proven, whatever. Thanks for the YouTube video, Tyler. Thank you for the canvases. Seriously, I appreciate you. Seriously, that was very, very kind of you. I'm very thankful. I'm very appreciative of that. Seriously. I'd order some posters if you deliver. Yeah, definitely. Did you guys already talk? Oh, okay. You guys already did. Okay, good. Because I was gonna say, I was gonna let Trip Show know. And no, they're canvases, which are really cool. Like they're like really good quality. It's not just like a poster. Like it's not like taped to the wall. It's like like a real canvas with like the wood backing and all that stuff. It's actually very nice. Very, very nice. And like I said, the attention to details and stuff like that. Oh yeah, like Drip Show said, these are canvases, not posters. Yeah. So again, like high quality stuff rather than just like, hey, here's a poster type thing, which again I appreciate. What's good, bro? I heard the Lakers is after Peyton Watson. Yes, they're looking to. First off, how are you? But yes, they're supposedly they're after Peyton Watson. Not this trade deadline. It'd be an offseason move. They'll probably throw some money at Peyton Watson. I hope we get a wild one right after the deadline. I hope so too. Like I hope we get a crazy one. It's nice to chat with other Laker fans. Yeah, absolutely. I love it. That's why I'm like I love the position I'm in. That like I mean I have people, let alone that want to listen. But like this whole stream, we've had like 200 to like 300 people. Like at its peak, I think we had like 285 or something like that, right? Like the fact that there's that many people that want to like hang out and chat and talk and stuff like that. Like, dude, I got like the best. I'm in the best position ever. Like I'm so thankful. Like it is. It's awesome. Lakers trade AR if he doesn't play in the Nets game tomorrow. It's very possible, right? Like I'm telling you, it's getting a little interesting. The free agency class is bad. I disagree. This is a very good free agency class. Again, you got the like if you're looking for a star or something like that, then yes, there's definitely not that. But if you look at like Lakers don't need that. They need just role players, key role guys. There are several of those that could help a ton for this Lakers team. Luka and Giannis about to be the best duo in the league. I sure hope so. That'd be beautiful. Ask Adam Silver for another trade. Look, if I could call him right now, I would. But like, hey, let's get help me get Giannis. Trying to find something to me. Tyler, remember we were down so bad wanting Zach LaVine. We were begging, LOL, so desperate. I mean, Zach LaVine still made a ton of sense. Like, I wholeheartedly, with my whole chest, stand by that. He would have done wonders for this Lakers team at that time. Again, once you got Luka, it didn't make as much sense because like now you got the over the top shooting, you got the scorer, you got the things that Zach LaVine would have provided. But Zach LaVine is one of the best like scorers in basketball. Let's see. I remember when Robert Sacre was her center. Yeah. Chris Mims, stuff like that. No team wants LeBron stuck with him. You'd be shocked what teams want him. Maybe not 52 million, but what do you think about the Dort news? He signed with Clutch today. I mean, it's great if the relationship between Clutch and the Lakers is still really good, but if all the news and stuff like that is true, man, that might not be good. Tarek Black, yeah, exactly. Yeah, man, those were the days. Could mean he could be a Laker. Just imagine the Thunder not making the finals. He could leave. Yeah, I mean it's always a possibility. Again, it's like what is the Lakers' relationship? With Clutch, are they willing to kind of work that out type thing? If they're still besties, then that could be really good for the Lakers because now you got a guy in again Lou Dort who could just do wonders. And a couple things though, like because he still has one more year under his deal, which is a club option. So I don't think they're gonna let him. They're not gonna let him go. But he's making $18 million. Question is, what does he want on his next contract? Is the problem, right? Like he's already making 18. Does he want in the 20s? But if he's like 22 to 25 range, I would do it. Most surprising NBA story today was Harden wanting out, and yes, he probably does. He's passed around more than James Noriega. It's crazy. Chris Paul needs to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers. Depending on what the Lakers do and how if they make trades and things shape up, it might not be the worst thing. Do you expect a surprise trade by Rob? Yes, I think the Lakers end up pulling off a trade. Personally, again, I could be completely wrong, but I do. Hornets are really good. This season NBA playoff team, dude, they've been the best team in basketball. They have the best offensive rating, and they've been like a top 5 defense. Like they've been crazy. What Kobe was number 1 and got traded to the Lakers. Kobe wasn't the number 1 pick in the draft. He wasn't the number 1 pick in the draft. He was drafted by Charlotte and traded to the Lakers, but he wasn't the number 1 pick. I'm trying to remember who the number 1 pick was in that draft. It was the 96 draft. Let's see. Searching to find something to me. Oh, I got something to me. I got a super chat. Let's see. Patrick, coming out $10 super chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Seriously, this is very kind. You LeBron haters are hilarious. Dude is the greatest player to ever put on a Laker jersey and brought the franchise back from obscurity. Stop crying. Lakers just need some wings and a bruiser. Look, I am on record saying that I believe LeBron James is the greatest player to ever play the game. I don't know if I'd put him as like the greatest Laker, right? I mean, he's the greatest player to ever play the game, so he'd be the greatest player to put on the Laker jersey. But like, again, like I think Kobe's the greatest Laker. But yes, like, look, I've said it a million times. Like, who are you going to get better than LeBron? Like, especially if he's willing to take a discount and stuff like that in the offseason. Like, say LeBron's willing to play for $25 million. Like, who are you going to get that's going to play for $25 million? Problem is, Lakers don't have the team. Lakers need the pieces, the players, the things. Right? Like, that's the problem. Is like Lakers need a competent roster alongside. That's who it was. Allen Iverson. Thank you. That year. Yeah. Sorry. I didn't mean to get away from the super chat. I just saw it. It was bugging me. But yeah, I mean, I say it all the time. I'm not one of those Laker fans that are like, get rid of LeBron. Like, I am thankful. I'm appreciative LeBron's here. I think even just as a basketball fan, we should all appreciate what LeBron's doing, because we're going to wake up one day and you're not going to have somebody like him. And the closest thing we might have to like a LeBron level player is Victor Wembanyama. And even the likelihood is incredibly slim. I just think people more often than not don't appreciate greatness in the moment. They, it's after the fact. Everyone's like, man, like, God, I really wish we had somebody like LeBron, right? So I'm with you. I appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. Seriously. Thank you. It's very kind of you, Patrick. The Lakers should get Julian Champagnie, Zaire Williams, both young wings who can defend. I am all over that. I've talked about, I don't think you get Julian Champagnie, but Justin Champagnie from the Wizards, I think you can get. I think that might be a possibility. I used to kind of like Vando on this team, but not anymore. Want him out, especially on the contract. On a vet minimum, maybe, yeah. The dude can't even make a wide open layup. Vando's not there really to score, merely. He's there as your assignment guy. Problem is we don't have the pieces, so you're so reliant on him compared to other things. Like, he's the guy that you want playing like 10, 15 minutes, and it's like, hey, you see that guy? I need you to put all of your energy and just focus all of your energy into that. It's been 6 years and there hasn't been a repeat. There hasn't been a repeat championship since the Warriors with Kevin Durant. It's been a long time. You the GOAT, Tyler. Thank you. Seriously, that's very kind of you. Seriously, I really do appreciate that. Tyler, don't forget, you should be receiving a Drip Show gift next week. Yes, thank you. Yes, again, I do. I do remember, and I will definitely keep a lookout for that. I really appreciate that. It's, again, very kind. You didn't have to do anything like that. Maybe selling merch in the future. So yes, I do want to eventually sell merch. Like, I don't do brand deals. I don't do merch and that stuff yet. I do at some point, but I want to like build my following and stuff like that. I want it to be worth it. You know what I mean? Like I've talked about, like, I want to create, I want to create things. You know what I mean? Everything takes time. Like, yeah, sure. I could probably start do some merch and, maybe get a sell here and there and stuff like that. But to me, it's more about building. I want to build the audience. I want to build the community. I want it to be worth it, right? I want to, have drops and stuff like that every month where, like, hey, man, here's a new drop with these shirts and stuff like that. and then people are buying. Like I want it to be obviously worthwhile for me and myself, right? Because building a business, growing, like financially, it needs to make sense. But I also want like value. Like I want people to like the things and like, like man, like look forward to man, Tyler, when's the next drop? Like, come on, man. Like I need that, right? Like I want that, like everything takes time. It's patience, like I would love to do like all these I get brand deal offers every day, but it's patience, right? Like to me, like again, I could probably make a lot more and do a lot of things, but I want it like I want it to be things that I'm invested in. I want it to be things like even things like channel memberships and stuff like that. Like people are like, oh, why don't you have channel membership? Why don't you have Patreon and stuff like that? Because again, I want it to be worth it, right? Because if I'm going to take the time, like if you're going to pay $5 a month or something like that for me, like I want it to feel worth it. Like I want it to be, and I know most of the time people they just signing up for it to support me or support the creator. But to me, that's what super chats are for, right? Like instead of giving me, for a membership, give me a super chat, right? Like again, I never asked for them, but like if you do, right? Because I don't expect it. I don't do it for that. I don't do these lives for super chats, stuff like that. I do it because I enjoy it. I love having the conversation. Obviously, the super chats help a ton, but to me, it's like if you want to support me, that's what super chats for. That's what super thanks. You can basically a super chat on any video. You can do stuff like that. But things like merch and chat, and the channel membership, stuff like that. I want it to be worth it, right? If I'm gonna spend all this time, doing that stuff, it needs to make sense. You know what I mean? Like, so it'll come. Everything takes time. Believe me, I would love it, but again, it's patience, right? I'll have all that stuff at some point, but I just want to get to a certain point before that. But again, I appreciate you. Sean Marks and Rob in a coffee shop in Brooklyn. Is he? Was that something? I didn't see anything about that. But again, wouldn't surprise me. I mean, they're besties. So I mean they hang out all the time and it would make sense, right? So I could definitely see something like that. But again, I appreciate you, seriously. But look, my favorite trade option is the Nets. I just think it's the most realistic. I think it makes sense. I think there's a lot that could come of it. Personally. Coming in hot with another $2 super chat. Thank you so much. Seriously, I appreciate that. On Rob's two optionality. That's actually a good one. Yeah, right? Like you're gonna get like Lakers, what is it? Lakers excellence. That was like the big thing that that we heard, Lakers excellence. We gotta have Lakers excellence. So but Ken, I really appreciate that. All right. I'm gonna do a couple more questions here, and then I need to get on out of here. Like I said, it's already what, 2 it's 2:07 in the morning. God. Man, all right. Yeah, I really need to get out of here. All right. I'm having fun, like doing all this stuff. So yeah, all right, let's do a couple more questions and then I'm gonna get on out of here. Ben Simmons' hands were too big. Braun leaves. He needs to take Bronny with him, taking a broad spot. Look, Bronny, you can make an argument Bronny's our best on-ball defensive player. And that's not like an opinion. I've done entire videos breaking that out. For real, it feels safe to talk here no matter what, even when I'm mad, sad, over optimistic, pumped up, whatever. It's just a fun place to come and chat with Laker fans. Appreciate Tyler, for real. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's what I want. I've said from the beginning, for those that have been here since, day one, I always said, like, I want this to be a place where we can come. Like, say what you got to say. I never delete comments. I never, block people. I just don't, like, say what you got to say. Like, obviously, it needs to be within reason, right? Like, there's points, there's levels to it. But, like, you can say whatever you want about me. I care less. But in general, like, but I'm all for like conversation. Like I want this to be a place that people love to come. Like I want this to be a place that people enjoy. Like, man, like I want this to be a place where people are anxious and wait, like, dude, Tyler, I need you to stream today. Like, that's what I want to build. I want that. I want that community that's safe. Like, again, from, a business side of things, it's how you have the most success. From a fan side of thing, I want a community that I can talk to and express stuff and share frustrations. And no matter what angle you want to look at it from, just somebody that likes to talk and, again, I love the sound of my own voice, right? Like, in being able to communicate with people and stuff like that, like all those things. Like, that's why I'm very thankful, right? I love it. I really do. I am so glad that I have been able to grow this and build and over the last few years, right? So thank you. I appreciate you. What's going on? How are you? If Kawhi's contract gets taken and he has done another team, where do you see him going? I don't know. It depends on how much he wants and what is he looking to do. Is he trying to just kind of cash in one last time, or is he trying to go to win a championship? Because, I mean, it's a good question. I don't know. There's, like, to be honest, there's not a ton of teams that make sense right now outside of, like, it's Kawhi and he's just like a superstar. I think it depends on, like, how things shape up, right? Like, but I could see a team like Detroit. He'd probably make some sense on. If you're talking about contenders, Cavs, he'd probably make some sense on. It just depends on, again, how much money does he want. Those Levine days are kind of nostalgic. LOL, those were the times. Yeah, the good old days. Tyler, what has gotten into the Hornets winning 7 games in a row? They might be a playing team. They're just, again, they're clicking. Con Kneppel has really kind of become like this, like, fan favorite star and all kinds of stuff. Like, it's just, again, you get the right pieces together. It's why I say all the time, don't underestimate. You get the right players, right pieces, stuff like that. Things start to mesh, things start to gel. All of a sudden you look up and it's like, wow. Only real ones remember a lot of Laker fans nowadays, but we had to go through that. It felt much better for us when we got Luka. Yeah, 1,000%. Let's see. Clutch is trying to throw Lakers under the bus for LeBron's failures as a Laker. It's very, very possible. I mean, Rich Paul's been saying some, like, wild stuff recently. Wild stuff. Let's see. Say I'm on mute? No one? I haven't had anybody else. You sure the volume isn't now? Yeah, I don't see anybody else telling me I'm on mute. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, because it says no sound. You're on mute, bro. You sure you have your volume up? Because I haven't had anybody else mention that, like, at all. So, let's see. Don't understand why Dorian Finney-Smith leaves our Lakers to be buried at the end of the bench in Houston. We needed him. I mean, supposedly, if it's true, Rob was kind of throwing his name under the bus, which, if that is true, that's terrible. That's no bueno. Wasn't Kobe like 17th? He was 13th. Oh, yeah. There we go. 13th. Yeah, he was 13th. Got it. Okay, good. Thank you. Like I said, I've had that happen before where, like, my mic just, for whatever, on StreamYard or whatever, just didn't connect properly, and hear you dearly. Okay, perfect, cool. Because yeah, like, I've had times where, like, it'll just, like, cut out. So that's why when you said that, I was like, oh, always Vladi. Yeah, Kobe was 13th. Iverson was first. Yes, drafted by Charlotte 13th. Traded for Vladi Divac. Yep. Oh my God, AI overview. I lied to me. Sorry. Yeah, it's all right. No worries. They meant number 1 player in that draft, because that would be accurate. 2-hour stream, Tyler. Isn't it 3 a.m.? Yeah, just about. I was gonna stay up till 2 anyway, just because I wanted to see if a trade was gonna happen, and then the Harden thing happened, and I was like, oh, maybe that comes later. But we just been talking, kind of get caught up talking. I feel like I'm getting close to the end of the chat, so I'm kind of like trying to see if I can get through it. But I'm gonna have to wrap it up here soon because I'm starting to fade, and I still got a couple. I still got to edit a few videos and stuff like that for the morning, so it's gonna be a late night for me. But I appreciate it. LeBron didn't even make the playoffs twice in his time with the Lakers. Yeah, which is crazy. He went from never missing it to. I was talking to a guy named D'Lo. Actually, D'Lo. Damn, you all really hate D'Lo. Vando ain't been bad. Let's see. All I had to say was D'Lo, and the chat went bonkers. It's usually how it goes. Why is DeRozan even a target with his contract and age? I mean, gives you a couple options, right? Gives you a proven scorer that give you some level of consistency, which the Lakers really need right now, just like some consistency. Gives you a tradable expiring contract in the offseason. And if you can get a pick, I don't think the Lakers would trade for DeRozan straight up, right? Like I think it would be something where, I think it'd be something where the Lakers get a pick. As it stands, Lakers TM. Well, yeah, appreciate you. Let's see. GG's Lakers. Sorry, trying to advise on me. Let's see. You could have memberships just for chat emotes. Yeah, I mean, again, like I said, it's usually those kind of things. Like I wouldn't hate something like that, but like I said, I'm somebody that wants to feel like I'm providing value is my thing. Right? Like I understand, like, people want to help me, people want to support me. I love that. And I appreciate that. I'm very thankful that there are people that want to even do that. But to me, it's more like something like this. Like I understand super chats, right? There's value in that. It's community, right? We're having back and forth. Like, I'm trying to go through the chat. So you're paying for a level of priority, stuff like that, right? Like there's value in super chats, right? So that's why like I understand the super chat thing. But like if I'm gonna ask for stuff like beyond that, like I don't know, I just me personally, like I want there to be value. Obviously, again, like, there is a level of just support, but I want I don't want it to be like, yeah, hey, here's $5 a month just for me to do, me to just come on and just be like, hey, everybody, like, I want there to be, like things, right? Like I want, exclusive streams or like things where like if I'm taking time out of my day, like it obviously needs to be worth it for me, because I'm taking time away from my kids and my family and stuff like that. Like, like, yeah, I could do memberships just for like the little chat emotes and stuff, which would be cool. I don't know, maybe I'll do like a community post and see what people think. Stuff like that. But I appreciate you. I do. I appreciate you. Like I said, I get asked like randomly here and there all the time from people that are like, what about this? What about that? And I'm very thankful that people are even interested in those things. But like I said, I just like I said, patience is key. That's my thing. Like I wanna patience. Maybe we get some pieces from the Nets. Yes, absolutely. That's my favorite trade. Reeves is too much of flight risk to be traded. Yeah, and that's the problem. Is how do you get value? And you'd be very limited to the teams that you could trade him to. See something to me. I'm trying to find something to me. The red we went through with Trevor. Time to find the next stream. Let's see. I found Trevor's channel before yours, years ago. We became my favorite very quickly. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. This is the best channel in my opinion. Well, thank you. Seriously, I really do appreciate that. Again, look, I say it all the time, right? There's space for all of us, right? Like, there's things that I'm sure Trevor provides and, Brains and Lakers Nation and, they're bigger and they've done things and stuff like that, and like, again, there's plenty of space to enjoy all of us, right? Like, I'm thankful period, that people even want to listen to me, let alone that I'm their favorite. It's awesome. It really is. Cosman coming out $2 for that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Appreciate your dedication. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Seriously, I absolutely always. Like I love it. Like I genuinely do. You know how blessed I am to I get to sit up here and talk to the world about the team. Like I did this anyway, right? Like, dude, my girl is, you know who's more happy than anybody? My wife is more happy than anybody, because now she doesn't have to listen to me talk about a bunch of stuff that she doesn't understand. You know, like it's just like, you know, like the fact that like I went from like doing this anyway because I love the Lakers and I'm like a student of the sport and I love basketball, to like now I can actually do this. Like I can actually grow and build a career and a business and all. Like it's just, and I have people that want to listen and hang out with me for 2.5 hours while we just talk about just Lakers. Like it's such a crazy thing, you know, like people like, man, you post a lot and do all this because I love it. Like who wouldn't? Like, you know, I don't know. Like I am, like I say it all the time. I'm very blessed. I'm very thankful for the position that I'm in. That like, you know, like I said, I didn't like when I started this, I didn't expect anything. It was just like, oh, let's do it for fun. I just, you know, I'll just talk and see what happens. And then, you know, all of a sudden it's just like, you know, I owe Kyrie a lot because I exploded because of Kyrie. And I was doing all the Kyrie trades and stuff like that. And so again, thank you, Kyrie Irving. Unfortunately, it didn't come to Lakers, but it's crazy how, you know, you just one day randomly are like, you know, oh, like why not? I'll make a Laker channel. And you know, I made a Laker channel, and all of a sudden it's like, what the hell? Like, because I made a like a sports channel first, and then I was like talking about the Lakers a ton, and I was like, I don't want to just talk about the Lakers on here. So I was like, oh, let me just like make a Laker channel, and it like changed my life. Like it's crazy, you know. Not like changed my life in the sense of like I'm balling. Like it's definitely not that. We're definitely far from that. We got a long way to go from that. But I mean, changed my life in the sense of like this is like I found my thing. You know what I mean? Like we're all searching for that thing. Like I found my thing. Right? Like that's awesome. It really is. But again, appreciate you, Coswin. Tyler, respect. Well, thank you. Seriously. I do. I appreciate it. Can't keep up the good work. And I am a big fan of the show. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Like I said, I will be keeping up the good work. I assure you. Oh, thanks, Tyler. Damn. It's going to be 3 years since I first chatted in one of your live streams. It's been amazing being a subscriber of As It Stands Lakers. Thank you. Well, thank you. Like I said, I'm just some dude talking to himself in a room. If it's not for you guys. Like literally, like I'm just talking, like I'm some crazy guy if it's not for you guys. I'm just some dude like just screaming and everyone's looking at me like I'm insane, but I have you guys to go like, no, there's people, I swear. Like, you know, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. Tyler, you're gonna make people cry in the chat in a good way. Well, thank you. I'm very thankful. I'm very blessed. I don't ever want to lose that. I don't ever want to lose that perspective. You know, whether I have, you know, 100 subs or 100,000 subs, like I always want to be thankful. I always want to be blessed. I always want to, you know, make sure I'm appreciative, you know, because again, like, you know, whether I become the first YouTube billionaire and I overtake Mr. Beast, but well, I guess Mr. Beast's already a billionaire, huh? So trillionaire, right? But I become the first YouTube trillionaire. Like I still want to maintain, you know, I still want to have a level of humility. I want to have a level of thanks. I don't want to lose my way. You know, I want to remember where I came from and times and stuff like that. It's why, you know, I do things like answer all the chat questions. I don't just only, obviously super chats take priority. People are paying. I have to prioritize that, you know, and look, I've said it before. There's probably going to be a point sometime eventually where it might be like, you know, because I've had people be like, man, something that I love about you compared to like Lakers Nation. Is like Lakers Nation only does the super chat questions. But you understand, they're so big, they're getting so many that like they probably can't even get through them all, right? Like I'm small still. Like I don't get the level of super chats. I get like very few here and there. Like I have streams all the time where I don't get any, right? And again, it's fine. I don't do it for that. But I'm just saying, like somebody like Lakers Nation, like at some point I'm gonna have 500,000 subs, and it's like at that point it's hard. Like I still want to find ways though. I like level of humility. I want to find ways to like still be able to get through that. Like if I have to do longer streams, whatever, do what I got to do in order to stay engaged. Because again, I understand not everybody can do that. Not everybody is in a position to do that. Again, whether it's $1 or 100, I'm just blessed and I'm very thankful. But anyway, enough sulking. Golden State needs another superstar in their backcourt. Jimmy Butler's out for the season. Golden State is going to sign DeMar DeRozan. Could make some sense for them. They could kind of use it just to kind of get you through the season, but he's making like 27 million somewhere. Or 25 million, I think. Tyler, thanks for the last man. You are hilarious. I know you got a lot of friends, or at least make friends easily. I mean, I'm a very social, friendly, personal person. Like as they do. Like I'm not like I don't play it for the game. Like I am who I am. Like that's the other thing. Like everything you see is how I am. You know what I mean? Like, wow, you got good lighting. Looks morning. Well, yeah, I hope so. I got like lights everywhere, like, all over the place. Because gotta make it seem that way. But W's in the chat for Tyler, bro. He's always grinding. Is literally 3 a.m. there. Yeah, you're not wrong. Best Lakers channel for real. Have you gotten adjusted to the time zone yet? Yeah, I mean, yes. The thing that sucks is I'm adjusted to the time. Luckily, I was always up late anyway. Like even in California, even I've always kind of been like a night owl. I'm usually up till because also I have kids and stuff like that. So it's like it's hard for me to like do stuff at certain times and during the day, right? Because I got kids, so it's like and like they understand dad's got a live stream or dad's got to record, so like they'll keep it down and stuff like that for me. But also I want to spend time with my kids. I want to see my kids. I'm very active. Like I love playing with them and running around with them, and especially while I'm still young. At some point I'm not going to be able to do that. At some point they're going to get big enough to where they're not going to want to do that. Hey, I ain't got time for you, dad, right? So I there's times where like usually I'd stay up late anyway just because it's the time that I could really like record and edit and do everything. Like so luckily I've always been up late. It's just the times where I'm like super tired. Like the thing that sucks now is like the days where I'm just like, man, dude, like I need to get caught up on some sleep. It's hard because like when I was like in Vegas, I could after the Laker game come do like, all right, come on, just do the live, get through the Laker game, do the live stream, and then you can go to sleep. And like it'd be like 11 p.m. Right. So then I could just go to sleep and then, get extra rest. Now it's like 2 a.m. So it's like that's where it gets kind of tough sometimes. Like there's times where I'm like, and I can't like I need to be me. You know what I mean? Like I said, you all like if you met me in real life, this is who I am. Right? Like I'm not like any different. You ask friends, you ask family, but like I am literally who I am on the internet. Like, it's not like, people have personas, stuff like that. Nah, like I am what you get. I ain't got time for a persona. I'm a grown man. It's got a like I ain't got time to like pretend, play make believe here. But I but I also want to be myself. So like there's times where I'm exhausted. I'm like, all right, come on, Tyler. Like, wake up, get your shit together. Right. Like, okay, then see you later. Go to sleep. I will. I feel like I'm getting close. Tyler, you got to make a shirt just for you that says AR hater. Obviously, I'm kidding. I know. Like, It's gotta be like an abbreviation for something. Especially have like AR hater on the front and then like some abbreviation on the back for it. Tyler, thanks for the laughs. My friend, you are really entertaining and funny. I know you have a lot of friends, or at least make like, yeah, like I said, I do. I definitely am able to, not afraid to talk, right? I, yeah, you can't be. You're playing. You be a YouTuber. You gotta be able to talk. Um, gotta be able. You gotta love your own voice to an extent, right? And I do. Trust me. Um, like I just woke up. Sun's out. Sun's out. Guns out. I think all NBA players need to wear sneaker high tops. Yeah, seriously, for real. Tyler, your job is my dream job. I would love to talk Lakers all day. Same here. My family's probably tired of hearing me talk about Lakers. So exactly, that's what I'm saying. It is. Like I said, it like who wouldn't want to do this? That's why I say all the time, like people are like, dude, I need to start. I'm like, go for it. Start your own channel. Everyone should do it. Everyone should, you know, I think everyone should have that. I think everyone should have their own channel and do things, right? Because you never know. Right? You never know. Um, you seem like a really good guy, a really good dude, Tyler. Don't agree with all your takes, but you seem solid. Hope you and your family are happy and doing well, man. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I say it all the time. I literally, at the end of every video, I say, whether you agree or disagree with me, it comes with the territory. You do this, you're gonna have bad takes, you're gonna have good takes. Like there's things that I age like that I say that age like milk, and there's things that I say that age like wine. Right? Like you're gonna get good and bad. Like I don't expect like there's things that I say that you'll probably be like, dude, preach, right? Like, and there's things I'll say where you're like, Tyler, cut it, cut it, cut it. As far as the good dude part, I like to think I am, like I want to be, I say it all the time. Like I'm trying to be better every day. I'm trying to be a better person. Like, it's easier to be kind. It's easier to be nice. It's easier to be, good. It takes less time, less energy, less effort. Usually when you're good things happen. Usually when you're kind, people want to help and they want to be there and they want to support. And they want to, like you do good. Usually things happen. But again, I appreciate you. Yes, still alive. Yes. I think the new head coach will be Doug Rivers. One good thing Kyrie's done in his life. Well, yeah, dude, Kyrie. I mean, you could argue Kyrie. Like I said, changed my life. 4 years, Tyler. Yep, absolutely, Cosman, 1,000%. Jaws had to do a bust. Dude, Jaws just one of those guys. He just can't get out of his own way. Like he's so talented, but the guy just cannot get out of his own way, and it's like it's crazy. Tyler Hero gets traded to the Bucks. Seriously, who's dressing Rob Pelinka? Dwayne Wade. Magic Johnson's daughter. Oh my god. Let's see. I woke up from a nap in this moment. Tyler's still grinding. Well done, bro. Well, I appreciate you. I hope you had a good nap. I do. I hope you had a good nap. I need one of those. Damn, bro, you ain't tired. What time is it over there? Like I said, it's 2:30. I'm always tired. Like, what's the Hulk line from the original Avengers? Like, you want to know my secret? I'm always angry. That's me. You want to know my secret? I'm always tired. Dude, I'm a dad with 5 kids. Like, I'm always tired. Okay, you just learn to live with it eventually. Let's see. Do you watch Locked On Lakers too? To be honest, I don't watch a lot of I get asked all the time, like, do you watch Lakers Nation? Do you watch this? Or do you watch that? Like, I really don't for a couple reasons. It's nothing against them. Like, they're great. Like, I watch them at times. Like, I'm not gonna say I never watch them. I used to watch them a lot more before I became a YouTuber, but it's really a couple things. One, I don't want things to sway like my opinion or my take, right? Like I want to be able to give you my thing. Like sometimes like I'll check these channels at times just to see where they are. Like, or like, like if my views are lower than normal, like I'll go and like how's Laker Nation? Okay, their views are lower too. Or like, and just kind of see the climate, stuff like that, and see the competition, so to speak, right? Like I and also like just strives like, what are they doing? Like, just how can I be better? How can I do this? Stuff like that. But like watching them like regularly, no. And again, it's nothing against them. They're all great. Love it. But it's just, again, I don't want anything to sway my opinion. And then the other thing is too, is that like I do this for a living. Like, so all I do is like research and do all that stuff. So like if I do one, I don't have a ton of time to like just sit and watch YouTube and stuff like that. Do YouTube for a living, got kids, got a wife, I got a lot going on. But the other thing is too, is that like I just like if am going to sit and watch YouTube, I usually want to watch other things. You know what I mean? Like I don't like I've been, it's just like anything. Right? Like I'm talking the Lakers all day, I'm making videos all day, I'm responding to comments, I'm doing all this stuff, right? Like if I'm gonna just like, hey, I'm gonna take an hour and just like watch some YouTube, it's usually, like something else, right? Like, like Meat Cannon or something like that, right? Like, Papa Meat, like I'll watch that or whatever, right? Like it's usually like stuff. It's just like one that came to mind, right? I usually watching like, random YouTube stuff or, something that I find interesting, not really like Laker content. Cause it's like, I do it. Like I said, I love it. I'm very blessed. I'm very thankful, but it's just like anything, you know what I mean? Like, like I'm doing it all day. I'd like to, kind of turn my mind off, because if I'm watching their thing, then it's like, they say something, I'm like, oh man, that's a good idea, I should talk. Now I'm not watching it. Now I'm not enjoying it. Now I'm back in work mode, right? Like, so it's just things like that. Again, it's nothing against them. It's just I'm, I want to be able to just turn off. Jovan, same thing. Jovan Buha, yeah. Like I said, I'm not gonna say I don't ever watch. Like sometimes there's things where I'm like, oh hey, that's like, oh, or sometimes like, Jovan will like post something and I'm like, oh, I didn't even see that, right? So like, all right, instead of me trying to find it, let me just listen to him and see what he has to say. But it's usually things like that. Whether it's an apple being donated or a car, Tyler will still do what he loves. Absolutely, 100%. Right? Like I said, I'm blessed. Whether it's $1 or 100, I am beautiful. I'm crying, bro. I'm gonna wake up my house up. When is the next Fate Decider stream? I was gonna have a Fate Decider stream earlier today, but I had things come up. I was supposed to do Lethal Collective stream and I ended up missing that. Like it's been a wild day. This stream may be going to, I mean, for me it's already morning. But definitely. But yeah, I don't think I answered the question. I probably have a Fate Decider stream tomorrow. Is my plan. I'm try to get back to it tomorrow. NBA is going to be super good this year. I sure hope so. It's feeling that way. Do you think we see a Giannis trade tomorrow or Wednesday? As a Bucks fan, think it's time to move on. I think it's time for them to move on too. You know what's funny is like, I'm glad you said that as a Bucks fan, because I have said a million times, like I think Bucks fans would understand. Like I think most Buck fans would are like, all right, like it's time to move on. Like, are rational enough to see the writing on the wall. But I honestly think the Bucks will do it in the offseason. I also think it makes more sense for the Bucks doing it in the offseason because more teams can go after him, which raises the price, and more teams have assets, right? So now you might be able to get more. Can Lakers have a chance at Jaden McDaniels? I mean, technically, yes, because they want to try to trade for Giannis. However, I don't think the Lakers have enough. I don't think the Lakers have enough assets for that. Oh, here's my question. To you, are you really good at basketball? Not anymore. I mean, I was never like great, but like I mean, I was pretty good. I could hoop a little bit. But now I'm, like I said, I'm an old fat dad. Like I probably still have a jumper. Like if I actually want to get a hoop Right now it's snowing and stuff like that. But this summer I want to get a hoop out here so I can start shooting and stuff like that. I got a good sized driveway, so me and the boys can go outside and hoop and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean I haven't like it's been years since I've like actively played basketball. Like yeah, I mean even just like going to the park and hooping, it's been a long time. But I probably probably still have some my jumper. Probably need a give me a couple reps and I got you. I got you. 1 hour later. Uh, Giannis trade and Lakers swoop in for McDaniels and I'll follow over. I would be all over that. If you can get Jaden McDaniels, it'd be amazing. Amazing. We cut Rob some slack. He did land us Luca, and yeah, he's probably taking a nap. He's getting ready for the trade deadline day. Don't worry. They have NBA celebrity basketball games, All-Star games. LeBron James is not competing for the dunk contest this year. Yeah, dude, I would love to like do like a celebrity game or something like that. I mean, I wouldn't really call myself a celebrity, but like sometimes they have like content creators stuff in there. But I probably got to get much bigger. Yeah, they really need to make a trade seriously. Turning D'Lo into Dorian Finney-Smith and Dorian Smith into Ayton Laravian Smart. Yeah. Listen, Rob's had some like no GM is perfect, right? Like I said all the time, like no GM is perfect, right? Rob Pelinka has had a lot of success, but he's also, he's had a lot of bad. I mean, I say all the time, people talk about Sam Presti like he's this like god GM, and Rob Pelinka has the same number of championships in half the time, right? Like think how much talent OKC has had over the years. You know what I mean? Like again, like Rob Pelinka is not perfect, but he's gotten better over the years in particular. Only the history of the game have 3 dynamic scorers on a magnitude. One team, they definitely are top 3. Yeah. That's what like I'm saying. Like Lakers are really good in areas that you need to be for the playoffs. I wouldn't bet on them winning a championship, but like, don't be shocked if they are good, really good come playoff time. Something about Rob's chain. Man, a lot of Rob it. Wizards about to get super good next season. It's very possible. They're gonna have a ton of cap space. They have a lot of things going their way. If Giannis gets traded to the Heat, is the next step to try to get AR in free agency. And Tyler Hero is also technically a free agent, though. So maybe they just want their guy back. I think they'd probably just stick with Tyler Hero, keep him. Reeves is a better playmaker, so maybe they'd want to lean towards Reeves. But I don't think AR leaves the Lakers unless the Lakers want him to leave. Like I don't think the Lakers. Like I don't think it'll be one of those things where like he's like, I'm going to spurn the Lakers to go, to Miami or something like that. He really wants to be a Laker. Like he does. Like Rob, please do something because Laker fans are impatient, or else you will have to shave your head and move somewhere safe. Yeah. Let's see. Sorry, trying to find something to me. Oh, did I get the in the chat? I did get the in the chat. Wow. Okay. I would have saw Kobe be the new head coach of the Lakers. Didn't Kobe say something about like he'd never want to do that because he wouldn't. He's too competitive or something like that. I remember Kobe saying something about that. Oh, make more crumble cookies. Yeah. We'll have to wait till January 2027 to trade AR if he resigns. Yeah, very possible. But I got to the end of the chat. It only took 3 hours. But no, in all seriousness, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to skate on out of here. I will be back with the stream. Obviously, we'll have the post-game stream, and I want to do another trade stream tomorrow. Like I said, we're getting at that time of the year. I want to try to do that stuff regularly. So thank you. Thank you all. I mean, some of you hung out with me the entire time. So I am very thankful for everybody hanging out with me. Said, go to sleep, Tyler. I wish. I still got a bunch of stuff to do. So I'm probably gonna be up. It's gonna be a long night for me, but I'm thankful. You guys are very beautiful. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Hit that like button for me on the way out if you haven't yet. Please take a quick second. I would greatly appreciate it. I know probably get sick of hearing people say, "Oh, hit the like button," but it does. It's like it's our currency in a lot of ways. So I'd be very appreciative if you took a second to hit that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button on the way out if you're not subscribed. And I will see you guys tomorrow for hopefully another trade stream. Hopefully a trade actually happens, and then the post game stream. So